Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show. This is episode number 236, Denver wrap-up show. What we thought was going to be a pretty boring show. We now have quite a bit to talk about here. So thanks, everyone, for joining us. I'm your host, Travis, and we are here in the studio at TLR Coatings, and we are getting close to the end of another Supercross season. In studio with me here, the two co-hosts. Count them, two. It's the original co-host, Justin, and Mr. Supercross only, Cole.
Full band.
Hey, boys.
Mr. Kawasaki.
Mr. Kawasaki.
I need to get out of here because this man next to me is pretty suave.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Oh, my God.
The hair, the thing. Have you watched the videos to shave your beard? Because your line's a little, it's not like you're like just growing it right now, but you can cut a line and make you very chiseled jaw.
Yeah,
I learned that the other day.
I'm not Chad.
Listen.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Boy.
We're giving you heat.
I'm not
And
really
I know
giving
you
him
can
heat.
take the heat, but
I'm upset about it.
no homo, man. You look good.
Thanks, brother.
He does.
He does.
Well, you know, I kept hearing for a long time, like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll just fucking do it.
Are you getting laid a lot more now?
We're not going to talk about that.
We should.
We're not going to talk about that.
The show would get rave reviews if we talked about
This is
that.
going to have to go after dark.
Oh, we should do
So
Justin
he's getting
after
laid.
dark. Dude.
He's getting
Yeah.
laid. Did the body count double since you've done the hair like that?
How about the Tinder profile picture? What happened
I
there?
don't do Tinder, bro. I don't do Tinder.
Are you a Bumble guy?
I don't do any of those.
He's a Hinge guy.
What the fuck is
Alex Hermosi met his wife on Bumble. You should too.
Alex Hermosi is also a billionaire.
Amongst other things, yes. So we'll go with that. All right, before we jump into it here, let's thank our sponsors. So first off, show presented by Complete Racing Solutions. Make sure to check them out, CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Coach Rob can scientifically help you both on and off the bike. Cole, I think you and I need that. This man, maybe not so much anymore. We don't have the look going on up here, so we need it going on down here.
We need something.
So we need Coach Rob. We need Jesus, and we need Coach
Well, Cole
Rob.
can show up to the track with brand new Kawasaki, so that makes him cool, right?
Not yet. It's going to be a little while.
It's instantly an extra half-inch of girth
On the what? Just
with having the new Kawasaki.
having a cowie cack?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my God.
So, also presenting the show, TLR Coatings, Michigan's #1 custom powder coating shop. From two-tone wheels to motorcycle parts to anything else metal that you could think of to powder coat, they are your guys. They also do custom Cerakoting, so if you want that factory look, which, by the way, I did notice. Did you guys see Club MX has their front brake master cylinders Cerakoted that burnt bronze color? I'm thinking I might have to do that now. Make sure to check them out on all the major social media networks at TLR Coatings and also at TLRcoatings.com. Also on board with us, we got a Holster Co. Reload rant coming up. I've got actually a couple of those, and it's going to kind of surprise you what the rant is. You guys probably don't have any idea. Gutter Worx going to be bringing you our 450 race recap. Adept Creative Co. going to be bringing you our 250 race recap. Isaac Nelson Designs hopefully going to be bringing you a call with Mr. Kevin Moran's coming up here.
Rough night.
A rough night.
Points are tightening up back there.
Yep. And then we've got something I'll be starting to use very soon because I'm going to start riding here. As you can see, the bike's basically done over there. Edgewood Farms on board with us for all our CBD needs. So
Where'd you track down the purple bars?
Where did I track them down?
Yeah, did I get them for you?
You've had him for a while.
maybe.
Go over to Ziegler and get them.
No, I think I bought them from you.
Did you?
When they
For a
first
while.
came out. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought them when they first
I
came
got
out.
a set, and now I'm going to have a bike to put them on.
And
it's
I
actually
have a bike
gonna-
to put them on.
And they're actually going to look good.
I was about to say, it's definitely going to look a lot better than what you did have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's gonna
purple with
look
the-
a lot better than what that looks like.
Do you guys like the hard anodized one, the gold shit they just came out with? I wasn't a huge fan
I'm
of
not a
that.
fan of gold.
No, it was cool.
It's not normal gold, so it's like a hard anodized look, but it
Did
wasn't.
you see it?
I've seen pictures, but I'm
Yeah.
just not a fan of gold.
It
or
wasn't-
whatever you want to call it.
I thought it might look good on like a Honda, and then when I saw it, I was like, I don't think so.
It was different. It was
Yeah,
different.
it's
Whatever.
different.
I like the different, but the purple ones do.
But I don't like it. Anyway, links to all our sponsors in the description down below. Make sure to tell them we sent you. Get a small discount with all of them. And yeah, there's links, like I said, in the description. Also, in the description, there are Amazon links. There's merch links. There is Patreon links. All of that will help us out. And, you know, the best way you can help support the show is just to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for commenting so much on our weekly
I love the
Deegan
comments.
video. Oh, my God.
Who's that Beetle Bop guy or whatever the hell his name is.
I don't know.
He's always says the most random
It's
shit.
awesome.
I like how the one dude said the last 2 shows that you were gone for stuff. Like the one guy that always give you shit. He's like, I'm missing Cole. Like I can't dog on him. Like, and it's always about
Oh,
mayonnaise.
did he say that?
Yeah, it's always about
think so,
mayonnaise.
yeah.
Because I
too.
go look at the comments and I didn't. I guess I missed that.
Dude, that has got to be somebody you know.
Has to
It's
be.
gotta be.
It's got to be somebody
don't know who it is, though,
It's
for
not.
real?
I can tell you this, though. I don't know if it was you or you said something about a while ago when that guy started popping up that it's Wyman. I can tell you it's not Wyman.
Okay, well,
But it's got to be somebody you know because he
Yeah,
only
but I
goes
don't
after
know-
you.
I don't know anybody that would.
What? And it's mayonnaise.
That would make a fake
Do you like
account?
mayonnaise?
I don't know. It's always like weird stuff
But are
about
you-
like you put hot dogs in his mac and cheese. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah.
But are
dude.
you a fan of mayonnaise? Because this motherfucker thinks it's you and mayonnaise all the time.
all the time.
Is there anybody that do you have a mayonnaise thing and people know
No,
about
like I
it?
dig mayonnaise, but
It's got to be somebody he knows because they only
Has
go
to be.
after him. They never
Has
go
I
after
don't know.
you.
Hey,
and me.
Mr. Beetle Bop Sprock or
Z-Bop
whatever your
something.
name is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I find
drop some hints.
I find it funny.
Yeah.
I
All right.
like it. I always play back into
Oh
it
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
It is pretty awesome. So, but the Deegan video blew up as per normal.
And it wasn't even meant to be that way. Like
Dude,
when
that
we-
had 250 views in the first 30 minutes. I
got
put
like
it up. I
100
went, okay.
It's got like 170 comments the last time I checked.
Yeah,
and that
it's
was like
great.
2 days ago.
And I did my best.
Did you see my comment on it?
to
I tried
reply.
to comment right away.
No, I didn't. Actually.
I said you
well,
guys are
I probably
idiots.
did.
Dude, when we did that, like when we were talking about Deegan, like that was not, at least when I started, not my intention. Like I was just giving an opinion.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It really
I
doesn't.
can cut this section right now of us talking about a video we made about Deegan. It'll probably get 100,000 views.
No,
I mean, we can. You want to get into it?
No, we're not. No,
Next week.
We're not going to
Okay.
talk about it. Yeah.
All right, when he's back. How about we wait for show 238?
There we go.
yeah.
Ooh, that's
It's coming
How long
up.
ago-
That is the
What is that?
That's the outdoor preview show.
Is it? Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. You might have to be.
It
on
should be show 238. This show is dedicated to Deegan.
You might have to be on that one just for that reason.
Yeah.
Just when we talk about 250s.
Oh, I'll come up in that action.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, let's jump into this show here. Let's start out right off the rip with our 450 race recap. 450 race recap brought to you by our friends at Gutter Works. Always well hung, just like Justin Barsha.
Hanging front wheels over dragon tracks too.
You know what else is hanging? His collarbone.
That's a bummer.
That is a big bummer. Okay.
I was excited to see him fully healthy outdoors.
Do you guys want to talk about?
We got to start with Tomac, man. We got
we
to start
have
with
to?
Eli.
Yeah.
You want to know why we need to start with him? Because that's a wrap, boys. That's his career right there. He's done.
I think that's the last time we see Eli Tomac.
So the question was asked in the group chat I was in, different one from you two last
Let me
night.
guess, Cooksey and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, about the boots, the big boots
No.
conspiracy?
No. The question
Need some
was
ankle savers.
No, that wasn't a thing.
No, you haven't seen the latest.
Was the will we get the retirement announcement on Monday or will we get it post-op?
Post-op. But he's done.
Well, it
I
looks
say
like the
Monday.
op was already done because he looked
Yeah.
like he was crouching through veil in that
I think
picture.
Monday.
I mean, I don't know about you boys, how much you know about Achilles tendons. I've had friends that have, like, from football that have had those injuries.
It's a 12-month recovery.
And that's if, like, you're lucky,
I
depending on how
heard-
bad it was.
So I did hear, I was listening to the Pulp review here before you boys got here. I did hear that it's not quite as bad
But
as
it
they
doesn't- it
initially
doesn't
thought.
matter.
But can we talk about for just a second how much of a badass he is? So first off, I just want to point this out. So he does that jump, right? And we can see it compress as he goes up the face. He goes like that single over table, and then that's when it happened is he compressed to like bounce for that 3, right? Does that 3. As he compresses, he knows it. So he hits that jump, lands essentially one-footed because you can see him holding his left foot off of it. Then has enough mindset to like not hit any gas or anything, roll that next one, then has enough mindset as he's still trying to figure out like, I think I just fucked up my leg into oblivion, to go, oh shit, I have too much speed. If I go off this, I'm just gonna like face this next one, hits the gas, and then doubles the next set
Like perfect.
like perfectly. And
looks down to like
and
make
looks
sure his
down.
leg's still there.
Yeah, to make sure the leg's still there and off the peg, and then like lands and then finally pulls off. Now I can tell you from being on, and I don't know if you've ever been on a Supercross track or the last time or anything.
my God.
But I
Oh,
can
here we
tell
go.
you,
a 3.
it's not
a quad.
it's not easy to jump those doubles. Period. Like they all make them look very easy, and now he's doing it with one leg, and I'm just going, holy shit! On top of my leg, I cannot move my leg.
I honestly thought, I don't know about
I
you
thought it
guys,
was a
I thought
knee.
it was the knee that
I
he
did
fucked up
too.
in East Rutherford in practice. The way he was like looking
Yeah.
down at it because he wasn't putting pressure. And the crazy thing is too, with the Achilles tendon, that's not an injury you normally hear from motocross.
No.
riders, because that's the support point of the boot. So that's not like when you like ankles, but it's always in the front. You never really hear of Achilles
But
tendons being an issue.
You haven't heard the latest. Cole, hit him with the latest.
Cooksey has this conspiracy.
Oh, boy. Already
So
over it.
TLR tinfoil hat here.
I'm already over it.
so if you look at Coop's boots and a standard Tech 10, there's like this piece on the front of it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's like a hard plastic piece.
It's like a hard plastic piece that's maybe for more support. I don't know. But Tomac's boots, it's removed. You don't have them.
Yeah.
So there's like less support or something. I don't know if it's
He's got like zoomed in pictures of Tomac's boots.
Be
without
that as
it.
it may, though, go through the time that anybody you've
Oh,
everybody
no,
here
this
that
is not a
all the
thing.
people we've ever known that has ever ridden a dirt bike at a decent level. Take out the fact that it's a Supercross track, and then you talk about how long all three of us combined have been around this sport.
Yeah.
I've never heard of somebody blowing out an Achilles tendon. That is not a thing that happens. With dirt
No,
bike.
and that's
It's not.
And the boot thing.
Like that.
I
Be that as it may,
know.
that may be
That's
true,
whatever.
but still, though, that's like a stretch that had anything to do with Eli. Like, how many times does he G'd out on a dirt bike?
Have you seen?
Right,
Have you
that's
seen?
just proof of how gnarly those G-outs are.
Oh,
have,
yeah.
Have you seen Hopper's post with those extendo
I
pegs
don't
with the
even
heel
wanna
thing
know.
that,
Look, I'm not-
that says coming to?
I mean, ankle
factory
savers
Yamaha?
are good, though. They're smart. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Cooksey is wrong. Maybe he's fucking right, but I just don't buy into that because, like I said, the Achilles tendon is not a normal injury.
Well, look,
for,
he has a picture of a standard Tech 10, and there is a plastic
Yeah, that's
piece in
what
there.
I'm
Now,
saying.
whether or not that's actually for ankle support to keep it from to keep your foot from flexing backwards that far, who knows? And it's definitely not on Eli's boots.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
this sounds like a plug, but you know what boot does have something, a mechanism that...
I don't. The Garnet.
No, the Liette boot.
Oh, okay.
It's got a lockout system on it.
Interesting.
So
Well-
your body is... Sound like I'm plugging Liette right now. But your body...
It's okay. You used to work for him.
Yeah, your body is naturally supposed to flex a certain amount
Yeah.
before it breaks, right? So this boot is designed to get to that maximum point, and then it locks out on its own.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, I went out because I was just reorganizing the trailer, and I looked at my Tech 7s, and they do not have them. So
Like I said-
maybe it's just a Tech 10 thing. I don't know. I'd
I
love
think
to go
it
to the
was just-
dealership and look.
I think
but
it was just bad luck.
I think so
It
too.
is.
really
It
do.
is.
Yeah.
It's just bad luck.
But
Yeah.
back to the original point. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's Eli's career. He's not
I
coming
know.
back from this. He's done.
No.
No, why would he, at this point in his career, why would he put all the effort in to come back and perform at that level?
It was touch and go before this as to how much longer he was going to go beyond, say, outdoors here anyway and the super motocross stuff. And now you add on a 1-year recovery when he's already on the fence. Dude, he's out.
He's
Yeah,
done.
he's done.
And
He's
I've
done.
been asked by a couple different people today, is that the last time we see Tomac ride? And
I
I
think
said,
so.
yep. I mean, I sent that in that group chat to Coach and them last night. I was like, well, and just like that, that's the last time we ever saw
Such a
Eli
bummer.
Tomac race a dirt
It
bike.
is such a bummer to see that's the way. And to think about all the shit that he's been through, and the last time he's been seriously hurt was 2015 with the shoulders.
Yeah.
Like I remember in 2018, what was it, the second round in Houston when he crashed in practice and he had to miss the race and they thought he missed a couple rounds. I don't even know what he did. But if you think about Eli's career, like outside of the double
pretty
shoulders,
healthy.
he has been. I mean, that also is a testament to his training program, everything he does with his dad John, like how solid his whole physiological standpoint of going about his career has been.
Yeah.
A lot of red blood cells.
I'm not an Eli Tomac fan, but that is such a bummer to see
It
him
is.
go out that way. That is not the way anybody should end their career.
And you know,
I
here's
agree.
Here's
I
the
100%
thing.
agree.
We were talking about how sweet outdoors was going to be.
I think it's still going to be sweet, but it's just not going to be as sweet.
It's going to be interesting.
Listen,
but
Well,
yeah,
we'll get to that with Chase in my comments.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And so quick, everybody forgot about Frenchie.
I know Mathis and all them don't even think he's going to be anywhere near, which I think is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't
But
think so either.
I think you're high.
I think he'll be in the game, man.
If he's
I don't
healthy,
think so.
If he's healthy, dude.
There's no way he's sitting there practicing and in anywhere close to race shape. Like
no, I'm saying, and what
It
if
don't
he's
matter,
if he's in shape?
If
that's
so
my
if he's in
caveat.
shape-
Yes.
So I will say mid-season on, and we'll get into this when we do it. But so just a quick thought: mid-season on, I think he'll be okay if
Yes.
he comes in shape and he's ready.
No, I don't expect
and
him
doesn't
right
have
off the
anything.
cuff to
but
be.
but the first
No.
6 rounds, I don't expect.
And that's my caveat is I said that if he was in shape, I expect him to be battling. for
Here's the
title,
thing:
but I don't know. If
he'll
he's going
still
to.
do well at this point because everybody's hurt. So like,
yeah.
I don't like Barsha. I think is borderline if he's going to come
I think
back.
Barsha will be fine after round 3.
You know, there's nobody for
AC. You're gonna have AC.
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I think as long as Dylan stays, if he can just be on the box, he can put himself in it. But no, I don't expect him to go out and beat those guys right away. But his outdoors is still going to be good. It's just going to be a Honda battle now.
Oh wait, I got a good one for you guys.
How off topic are we gonna get?
No, A or B here. What comes first? Tomac's retirement announcement or Anderson not riding outdoors?
Or
Well, I told you press day. Anderson.
or that Webb's signature's dry on that star contract and all the pieces start falling.
That brings up a good. Have you been on Instagram today?
No.
World Supercross has a very cryptid post.
Yeah, it's a silhouette of
a guy.
Roxon.
You know,
It's a Fox helmet and a Suzuki.
Maybe
All
Which
right.
that's gonna be my
coming 5/8,
go to the
which
rant.
is tomorrow.
Right now my rant.
one more thing for me before we
Just
get
put
on.
WSX.
One more thing for me before we get to Chase. You know who's actually like right now, and he's probably not happy that this is like what it does because there was the talk of like, oh, Coker and Bobby Regan, they're all gonna let like Eli decide after the year and then next year. You know, he's probably doing a happy dance right now because now he knows he's locked into a 450 contract at Star. Jay
Webb.
Coop. No,
Oh.
Jay Coop.
You think so?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I think after that, because I think with Eli going out and who knows what's happening with Dylan, Coop to Star, okay. But Jay Coop, he's probably going,
He rode-
I'm on a 450 on Star
He
next
rode
year.
pretty well. He's either there. I'm really interested in who ends up on that Cowie.
I think for him, he's like, well, I got a 450 ride for next year with his team now.
Yeah. And last point I want to make about Eli and that whole situation before we move on. And you mentioned Coker, which made me think of it. I'm so happy. Like, hats off.
Came out and made
Golf
the
clap to
announcement right
him.
there.
Made the announcement right there on the broadcast.
Yep.
It was great for TV. Ricky and all them were like, there it is. It's done. Dude, you could tell the emotion. Like, he was pretty bummed, holding some stuff
He was
back.
bummed. Oh yeah.
I mean, probably a pretty good bonus check for all of those guys. And again, just thank God that he did that. I have hats off to him.
Yeah.
I just think of Nathan Ramsey when they're asking him about Mookie, and he's just dancing around it.
Yeah.
Ruptured Achilles, we're done for the season.
But Jeremy Coker don't give a shit.
Simple as
I
that.
think everybody on the team. I'd say the same thing about Brad Hoffman, who's the co-owner, Jensen Hendler, who's the 250 guy, the team manager, like all those dudes. Like, they don't beat around the bush. They're all pretty up. I mean, Jensen Hendler kind of danced around the whole Thrasher Hunter Lawrence thing, but I mean, yeah, like we all talk about this. Be fucking transparent. And Jeremy Coker's like, yeah, no, we're done. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And I was kind of set back.
like,
I was
holy
like,
shit.
there it is. Now it's really setting in. Like Sexton.
I was gonna say, well, and this brings me to my next topic here is that so Sexton wins the race,
Wins the
and
title.
wins the title.
but they don't. And like my thing was I was trying to do math in my head, and I'm lucky that thankfully they put it on the screen there at the end. But I'm like, okay, so then the next thing that goes in my mind here is how far off is Coop, and does he try to come back next weekend?
I thought about that too, but there's no way.
I don't
thi-
think he
I
would
can't-
get cleared.
He's too many points out.
And he wouldn't get
Yeah.
cleared
Yeah,
anyway.
and I
There's no
think
way
he's-
they'd let him.
I think he's pretty burnt out on his whole situation.
Chase is
anyway.
but same thing. I'm sitting there going, I'm like, because I couldn't remember. I knew Kenny was way back.
Yeah.
But think about the history of our sport, outdoors and Supercross. I have never, as long
never
as
seen anything
I don't
like this.
ever
This is the
remember
weirdest one, right?
I don't ever remember a time where you go into 2 races to go, Supercross or outdoors. The champ essentially has it wrapped up. I mean, mathematically, no, but it's Eli. You have to take that into account. Goes out. We know he's not going to race the next round. The second place guy doesn't now even have to show up to the last round, but still wins the title. I'm sitting there going, I'm like, is this going to be a coronation? Like, is Chase are they just going to give him the number one?
That's what
But
I was thinking.
But look, I'll say
But
this.
They don't have championship shirts.
And I will
ready.
also say this.
and they technically can't because
I don't
Eli's
like the AMA,
still in
yeah.
striking distance.
I don't like the AMA, but I'm glad that they didn't do it last night. They should have acknowledged it, but I'm glad they didn't do it because I think that would have been an unfair thing to Chase and not.
Yeah, well, so what I was
Ricky did acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
even Lee Diffie did too.
So what I was told, what I've heard is that basically Lars went up to everybody and he is like, "We're not celebrating a Chase championship tonight because this is not how we like to win it." Which
And
don't get me
Jet
wrong,
won one.
yeah, and Jet won one, and like I said, technically they didn't win it last night because Eli still is only seven points down.
And no, I don't think everybody. And I think at that point, like there was still confusion.
There was a lot.
They're like, "What do we do?" And I'm glad that I always forget his mechanic's name. Fort Years old
Zimmerman.
mechanic. Oh yeah, Brandon Zimmerman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marshall, Michigan's own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Nope. I know who he is. They were like, when they were asking him, "Oh, you're gonna tell Chase?" He's like, "Nope, not even gonna say
Nope.
anything. Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that." I'm like, that was smart.
Yeah,
And he knows he's been around for a long time.
I thought the TV crew did a pretty cool job where they cut all the audio and they were just listening in to see if they could get the words at the end. I like that.
Nobody
stuff.
and they all went up to him and they like.
Nobody said
I don't even
nothing.
think anybody
said
said
any-
anything to
No,
him.
he
until
went.
like,
He went. What happened to Tomac? Like that's what he said, and nobody said anything.
How
Yeah, Ricky caught that too. He's like, he just said it. He
Yeah.
just asked.
how fucking crazy is that Chase Sexton is going to be the 2023 450 Supercross champion
At 23 years old
Hey,
in
hey.
2023.
in 2023?
Let me just say, God smiled on him and was like, "Hey, bro, I want you to have one 450 title before your career's over."
Oh my god!
And so here we go. This is his one. You're welcome.
Here we go. This is
No, you know what happened? Ricky Carmichael got paid off to go down and take the piece off the boot so Honda could win a title again.
Oh boy, here we go.
I will tell you this right now.
19 years.
And we had this.
Oh,
We had
20
this.
years on that.
I think
we had
it's
this
19
conversation-
Is what they said.
We had this conversation. It was 2004.
Yeah, so 19 years.
We had this
No,
conversation.
He didn't win in 04.
What?
He didn't win one in 04.
It was 03 that Chad won. Chad won in 03 because Ricky wasn't there.
No, I guess you're right. I could have sworn.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute, but no. I was like, when did the last
No,
time he
I'm
won?
fact checking you.
I think I'm
This is
right, dude.
But
I think
this
it
is
was
the
03.
craziest title.
I will.
indeed.
I will say this. I will say this right now, and we were talking about this, like going into outdoors, and I made the comment that I don't think Eli cares. You give Chase confidence, but what's going to happen now? And this is not the way to win it. But after everything Chase went through this year, all the fuck ups. But had he not done that, all the fastest lap qualifiers.
03. Ricky won in 03.
Oh, I'm talking about Supercross.
Fact check, bro.
I was talking
What
about
are you
Supercross.
talking- That's what we're talking about.
Chad
Supercross.
won 03 Supercross, didn't he?
No, Chad won in 04.
Oh, that's right. Because
And then
of
he
the
was
Honda
out.
Suzuki
He was
switch.
out,
Okay.
and then he went to Suzuki when he
Okay.
came back.
20 years. Okay.
So 20. So anyways,
Anyway,
I love.
right? Hey,
proving
you're
people
right.
wrong.
You're right. Hey, you're right. You're right. I
Especially
couldn't remember
Justin.
either. I couldn't remember either. I was like, when did the switch happen? I don't know why I always thought Chad won in 03.
Dude, encyclopedia over
It's
here
fine,
just
bro.
dropped the ball.
Look, bro, I got a lot of product
People
in
in
my
the comments
I
get
got
him on that
I
a
got
a lot
lot.
of product in his
I
hair.
got a lot of product in my hair. It's weighing down my brain.
unbelievable.
What happens though if Chase, even though this is not the way he wanted it, there was a lot of people that could say, "Oh, he should have won outdoors last year. If you'd have taken away all the mistakes, he would win Supercross." Say this right now, going to KTM. I don't care about Jet Lawrence, and I don't really care about Dylan right now. Chase Sexton, this might be the start of the run.
I don't know, man. I don't think
No.
he's gonna like that KTM.
Because there's a jet that's going to run right into him.
Chase is gonna no. I don't give a shit about Jet. Last night, I don't care. I don't care. We can argue this all day long. You talk about Jet Lawrence, this and that. What have we said with Chase? He needs the confidence. This is not the way you want to win the title, but he can go back and say, "You had to be there. I didn't get hurt. I beat Eli. I was faster than Eli."
He made a good point in the press conference last night, too. Everybody gives him crap because he's so big, like he's built like a brick shithouse or whatever, right? And his program is built around being built like a brick shithouse.
You know who's not built like shit brick house? Jet Lawrence.
Nah, his neck was
Jet's
looking,
tiny.
he's-
Jet's-
his neck was
he's
looking a
getting
little
there.
bigger
No.
last night.
He even with steroids, it still takes time to develop. So you give him another 4 years, I bet he's going to look exactly like Chase because he's starting to right now.
Okay, so Chase is gonna be 27 in 4 years too.
I'm just saying. So anyway, but he did say we focus on this in my program of being durable, and look how many times I've hit the ground this year, and not lightly hit the ground either. And here I am. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, we can't take anything away from Tomac. His durability over the course of his career here has been incredible. Mm-hmm. However, when it comes to this year, I mean, Chase has hit the deck a dozen times hard.
Chase is the favorite going into outdoors.
And he's like, well, I didn't say that wasn't the case, but anyway,
100%.
and he's still here, hasn't broke yet. So knock on wood, that's a good sign.
And
And he's going to win this title.
going to win a title, and it's not the way to do it. But I don't think, honestly, if you can look for that little sliver of hope, I don't think Chase cares. He goes, because I was in it to win it. I'd beaten him 4 out of the last 5. Well, yeah.
I mean, he's going to end up with, barring anything crazy happening next weekend, which who the hell knows at this point.
It's
but
40,
it doesn't matter.
It's
It's
43
40-something points.
Yeah, I know he doesn't even have to race, but he's probably going to. But he'll have 6 wins to Tomac's 7. But he'll have been fastest qualifier. What did they say? 15 out of the 16.
Yeah,
7,
we
8
threw
or
away
something.
probably 4 or 5 wins.
7, 8
Yeah.
heat wins. Dude, his confidence right now is going to be through the roof after winning that title. I think that's a scary I don't think he gives a shit about anybody else. I think it's scary. I think he's the favorite going into outdoors, and I don't really care about... If he not won this title, I think there would be some merit to it. But I think for him, all this hype coming in with Jet, I don't think he cares about it anymore. I think for him, this literally, I'm serious, and you guys know I like Chase Sexton, but I've been very critical of Chase. This might be the start of the run for him. This literally might be start of the run. That was the one thing he had that needed to get over the hump.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if that check's gonna cash.
Supercross hangover.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think he was at the point where he was already looking to outdoors.
Probably.
And he likes He's one of the few guys that likes outdoors.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an impressive season here. It's weird. I mean, does he race next weekend, or does he say, I'm just going to wait for outdoors?
No, I think you're right. I think you...
Because he doesn't have to.
Because I think he wants to keep winning.
Just give Roxon a win, dude.
I think he wants to keep winning.
Yeah.
I do. I think he races next weekend.
I think so, too. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's $100,000, too.
That's what I'm saying. I think he wants to keep winning.
Well, I think Honda's going to want him to ride, too, because they're going to have both number one plates.
All three number one plates.
Like,
and then they'll probably do this thing where they have all three of them on the podium at the same time for a photo op. Like, no, he's definitely going to race.
Yeah. And it's going to be cool. But,
it's going to be cool, especially being a Honda guy. Like, it's fucking wild.
But, I mean, yeah. And then as far as his race last night, too, like, he came from a little ways back and started chugging along. And I think that's been, like, his formula lately is, like, coming from the back, and it just keeps him focused, you know?
Yeah, I don't really... Here's the thing about Chase, in my opinion, from a person that is all about technique and the way you ride a motocross track. When Chase is on and he doesn't have those brain farts, it's very hard to critique Chase on anything he does on a dirt bike track.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. Like, there's times where with Jet and Hunter and some of these other guys, you can find little things. But with Chase, when he's dialed, it's hard to really critique him on anything that he's doing out there because he's really not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just when he has the brain farts, you're like, well, there it is.
Yeah. I'm going to put this out there. I hope Chase kicks Jet's ass because Jet needs a little bit of a humbling.
I think he's going to. I really do. I think that Jet's going to get wins, but I think that Chase is going to probably be your 2023 outdoor champion.
But Jet needs a bit of a humbling. You can kind of see the arrogance.
We'll talk about that when we get to
those two are going to go at it. By the way, though, I disagree with your comment about the KTM. I think Chase is going to be good on that bike.
Good luck.
I think he's going to be fine. That bike's dialed, dude. The bike, this is not a 2022 KTM. That bike is fine.
I mean, Christian Craig is the best in the whoops, and he's dead from him.
I'd say that Cooper Webb was doing just fine. His speed just wasn't there. Marv was doing fine before he got hurt. AP was doing fine before he got hurt. And theirs was not. I don't think they got hurt have anything to do with bike stuff. But you're not wrong. Fucking Craig was dookie butt in the whoops.
Dude,
Dookie.
I think he was dookie all around.
Anyway, all right.
I've turned the corner, but he was dookie.
All right, let's move on here.
If he would have stayed on a Star Yamaha.
Put that man back on a Yamaha.
Put him on an aluminum frame.
Paige Craig, love you.
Ken Roxon goes 22nd to second.
Dude,
and it's
he was shredding too.
He's shredding, but it's still somewhat debatable how good that ride was because there were only 3 factory guys, and he only passed one of them.
But still, watching him, dude, he was like 3/4 of the way through the main, and he was coming out of the whoops over that wall jump thing, and then just laying it into the finish line, just like old school Kenny scrubbing the shit out of stuff.
He was ripping, and there was a point like with about 7 or 8 minutes to go that Tom Cooper texts me. He goes, Kenny's going to win this race. And I said, I don't... 7 seconds is too much. I don't think
Chase
so.
Chase mailed her in there pretty early.
Well, and then, like, he kind of started putting started getting a couple tenths out of Chase, and then, like, it went back and forth, started yo-yoing, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. But that was a good ride, and it's good to see him doing the podiums here, and, you know, he's not going to ride.
Him charging all the way through a main.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch him
in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and then World Supercross is just going to be great.
And I'll also say any outdoor races that he's decided to show up, if one of them is either Thunder Valley, High Point, or Unadilla, I think he's going to yard everyone.
He isn't racing outdoors.
He's racing outdoors.
No, he's not.
I bet he is.
I bet
we'll see what this announcement is.
I bet you World Supercross has a clause in that contract with all that fucking money they paid him that he cannot race outdoors.
I bet you he rides outdoors.
We'll see.
I don't think he's going to ride the whole season. I'm not saying that.
I'll be surprised because this isn't a his decision or team decision. This is a World Supercross is paying him a lot of money to go back there. Just like they were going to pay Webb a lot of money to come ride too.
All I'll say is we'll see. I think with all the talk that he's had, I think he wants to ride outdoors.
So I'll make this point right now. It was going to be my reload rant, but it was more of a point. So obviously we've seen like the silhouette that World Supercross dropped.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's a Suzuki, it's a Fox helmet, it's Ken Roczen. They're gonna make the announcement that he's riding or whatever.
Okay, cool.
The thing that drove me nuts was, okay, I'm signing this deal just so I could do World Supercross. Halfway through the season, he goes, no, I'm doing outdoors. And now it's back to, I'm doing World Supercross.
Mm-hmm.
So, was that a media play? Was that a Steve Astafin, hey, put this out there, and then we leverage it?
Would not surprise me if it was a play at all against World Supercross.
World Supercross to pay him more money.
I bet World Supercross. So I bet World Supercross themselves wasn't paying him. I bet it was supposed to be coming from the team, but the team doesn't have the budget to pay him.
Correct.
Because they're getting less money this year, period.
Yeah.
So dude, it would not surprise me at all if that was, and it's a smart play to put out that, hey, I'm not even going to go ride this. Your defending champ's not coming back.
That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's going to go do the outdoor season? No. Let's sweeten the pot a little bit. We want
Well,
him.
they're going to need someone because I've seen some of their lineup, and it is fucking...
Is it Dookie
it's
Butt?
Dookie Butt and retired... Dude, I'm sorry. Their lineup, outside of if Kenny does and Joey and Max, it's ass.
You're forgetting the most important guy.
Cedric Supercross?
No.
Oh, who? Shane McElrath?
The good fucking rider. Vince Freeze.
Oh, my God.
Look,
You don't remember the battle to the death, the championship of all time between
yeah.
Freeze and Roxon?
Look,
yeah,
here-
I know, that was a fucking epic battle.
Here's what I think as far as that goes with the World Supercross stuff. I think they came in last year, they're like, oh, sweet, we got Tomac, we got Roxon, we got Savachi, like, this is cool, right? Plus everybody else. But I think they backed off too quickly of, like, I think... And I like Adam Bailey and all this stuff that's going on. This isn't me talking bad, but I think it was a miscalculation on their part of, starting in the second year, we can cut back the funding we're giving to the teams and all this crap like that, and we'll still have a good turnout. I think they should have planned for at least the first 5 years that they were going to have to put out a shit ton of money.
$50 million was going to have to go down
to
the drain.
get these top guys out there. Because from what I understand, from what I've heard, it was pretty heavy that Webb was going to go do it also on a different bike too.
Here's another
not
problem.
a KTM.
Here's another problem that I have, or that they have, not I have, that they have, that we talked about when I was hesitant in the beginning, and now some of that hesitation is coming back. They don't have a top GP guy.
Yeah.
They don't have a top, like a true Euro guy.
Yeah.
And I said that was going to something they were going to need for the second year. They were going, because they're having Max, they're having a couple other guys, but they needed a at current top GP guy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that.
Yeah.
And there's no talk. They just don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
No guy is committing to it. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's a problem. You can't have a World Series
Mm-hmm.
and have not a current top GP guy. You got to have one in your series. Doesn't matter if it's one. It didn't matter if they would have gotten Prado. Didn't matter if they would have gotten fucking Liam Everts. If they would have gotten they had to have one guy, and they don't have that. And I'm sorry. I'll argue this with anybody. I don't care who is sitting across from me. That is a problem. Because now it's just essentially an American series with some like sprinkled guys that have, raced an American series. It's a problem, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to watch and we're still going to talk about it because that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But I am less and less, not only impressed, but less excited for this series now than I was 5 months ago. Like, cool. Ken Roxon's going to win the whole fucking thing. Sweet. I don't care. Am I happy for him? Yes.
I'm very in a we'll see what happens type thing. I was very hyped up last year with the talk of how much money there was, but like I said, if from the outside looking in at this point, and again, all props to Adam Bailey and not talking down to them. I'm not hardcore going after him like I do with Supercross and outdoors here, but I think there was a gross misunderstanding of how much money was going to have to be spent to bring in top talent after year one here until this gets rolling. Like, you're going to have to spend that money the first 5 years to get the series rolling. Because let's face it, last year, what did we see? 2 fucking races. Okay, great, super, awesome. They were cool. Tracks needed some dialing, tweaks, all that kind of stuff, which they understand. That I think is great too. And they're very transparent about, we know we fucked some shit up and we're going to fix it. We saw it even between the first and second round last year, okay? Now this year we've got 6 rounds. We're traveling the world. We've cut back funding to the teams. Last year they gave the teams, I think it was $500,000 each or something like that. This year I think they cut it back to like 250 or 300, something like that, which is like, oof, that's a lot.
Chris Willis is going to be getting a lot of seconds.
So, yeah, I think they need to bring the funding back up for the next few years as they continue to tweak and dial in the series. And then I think by year 5, 6, I think then the series will be established enough and you'll have enough background there to kind of go, hey, this is what we've got going on. You'll have solid numbers from social media, from streams of the actual races to crowds at the different places and all that kind of stuff to then go, okay, cool, this is what we can budget, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Well, last thing I'll say on this topic, too, I don't think it's completely over with on who exactly is going to be there because I think the door is still open for two guys. Obviously, Cooper Webb, there's a lot of rumors going around there. If they land Cooper Webb, that's huge for them.
It is. Yeah.
And there's another guy that's voiced his opinion about wanting to go there, and we know he's not happy on the Big K. It's not a great day at the Big K for Jason Anderson. And we know he is...
Have you been texting him asking him or what?
No, I wish.
Is he in the Rolodex for the company? Like, can you just look his number up online?
Oh, that's a good idea.
He's probably in like it's in a locker somewhere, somebody's desk.
Look, it's in Davy's locker.
Yeah.
Look, if they could get those three guys, don't get me wrong, that would be great. But once again, though, it's hard to market a World Series when you just have a bunch of American guys.
I get what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying,
They need some European flair. And Jordy Tixier isn't the guy.
What's that?
Jordy Tixier and Cedric Subaros aren't the guys.
And no offense to some of those dudes, like they're still badasses on dirt bikes, but the thing is that you can't call it a World Series when it's still just American racers.
Right, and I think the mindset just needs to change in the GP world because those guys are so wired to just do outdoors. Supercross.
Here's a crazy thing, though. A lot of those dudes have talked about wanting to do Supercross.
Well, here's their chance. It's time for them to nut up or shut up.
But the problem is they make too much money riding outdoors. They're going to need incentive.
There was somebody Lewis Phillips was talking to Steve about. And Steve's like, how come he's not doing it? And Lewis is like, well, he has told me every single day of my life when I talk to him that Supercross is scary and I will never do it. But I can't remember who it was.
Jeremy Sewer, probably.
Maybe.
I was about to say that if you could give some like hints, I could probably give you who
it might be. Sewer, I don't remember.
Well, Sewer has expressed that he wants to race Supercross. Prado has expressed it. The Coonan brothers are coming over to race Supercross.
Like, are those the two Belgium dudes?
Yeah, that's
Myrtle's guy.
Yeah.
Kaida Wolf's coming next year.
Yeah, I know that too.
That's interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Kaida Wolf's coming, yeah.
He's coming to the States?
Yeah. Which is crazy because he's doing it he's doing it really, really early. Mm-hmm. He's only 19.
To race Supercross?
Mm-hmm. He's going to do the whole thing.
Yep.
Who's signing him?
It's probably Husky.
Because he's on the Stan. He's on the Stan Husky. So Husky's going to have...
I like Kaida Wolf. He's
nice. Oh, he's a badass dude.
Yeah.
Husky's going to have, if he for sure comes over next year, they'll have RJ, Kaida Wolf, and then eventually they'll have Lucas Coonan. And then KTM is going to...
I'd like to see Guadagnini over here, too.
He likes America, but I don't think he's not going to ride Supercross.
Yeah, we're getting way off
I was going to say, we got to get back to the 450 review here. So Kenny gets second, AC third.
Dude, just doing the
laps.
You know what, man?
And here's the thing.
Fucking props to him. John Kuzo can suck a D.
So for anybody that doesn't know, John Kuzo, the 100% goggle rep.
Oh boy, here we go. We just rip it.
I know. We just kind of pulled him out.
That's okay. I got another thing I can put out later. We'll talk about it here, whether we're going to do it after the break or not.
Watch myself.
Yeah, you do, but I can't. If you have something to say and you don't want to say it, let me know and I'll say it because you can get. Yeah, you can get in trouble.
I can get in trouble for sure. I'm not trying to piss this opportunity in life away.
Don't say this out loud. Read my rant right there, and don't say anything.
The bottom before the very, very bottom.
No, just it says Holster Co. Reload rant, then just read what it says after that, and tell me.
Okay, well,
later
I'll just
you
wait.
can tell me if we should
either
throw
way,
that name out. Go ahead.
The tweet that went out, just talking smack to AC, comparing him to Mike Alessi crying for a heat race win. It's not even the same level, man.
No.
Like, Adam has been through some shit. And can you, like,
did you hear though? They confirmed what we thought last night.
I heard him talking about the stem cells on the broadcast
in North Carolina, which was interesting. I didn't know they did it there, but
is North Carolina code for Costa Rica?
I don't know.
Or Puerto Rico?
I don't know.
Whatever, but yeah,
they confirmed it. So we said it here first.
The stem cells.
The stem cells.
It works.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever, man. A healthy AC is a good AC in this sport, and we've always said
outdoors. I think he's gonna be good outdoors.
I mean, that year with Osborne was.
I think he's going to be really good outdoors. Look, man, everybody knows I'm not a big AC fan, but that dude has been through shit. He's right. He didn't know if he was ever going to race again, and even the fact that he was racing, he didn't know if he'd ever get back to this level.
Plus
Yeah.
the mental
And
battle.
look, I don't
man.
give a shit about the fact that there was only 3 dudes. If you take out the fact that Tomac was out and then Nichols had crashed, doesn't matter, man. That track was gnarly. The fact that he's made it almost the entire year without, he missed 2 rounds?
2, yeah.
2 rounds. I don't
Because he
care, man.
aggravated the wrist.
Yep, and then
Went and got the
in
cells.
Atlanta, he fucking ragged himself in the heat race and probably should have missed that.
Yeah.
Anyways, props to AC. He's great for the sport. I'm happy for the kid.
Yeah.
I don't care that he was crying. And actually, I got a little emotional because I like to see these dudes succeed. Just because I'm not a fan of you doesn't mean I don't think all these dudes can succeed. It's great. I'm happy for him. I hope he keeps it rolling. And like I said, dude, I
mean,
think he's going to be really fucking good outdoors.
Is there any doubt he gets another podium next week?
Oh, he might even, dude. You know what? Depending on what happens, the way Chase I think is going to win. I don't know, man. Maybe he just pulls something out of his ass and he gets second.
Good.
Yeah. Man.
He's not going to win, but second, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just happy for the kid.
I am
Like,
too.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah, I'm. If you're talking smack about him crying on the podium, you can go kick rocks.
Exactly.
Pound sand, bro.
Go check yourself in the mirror, bro. Why are you jealous?
And there goes our 100% sponsorship. Thank you.
That's never going to happen.
That's fine.
I don't think he's in charge of that anyway.
No.
All right.
It doesn't
I don't
Um,
know. I just saw that, and I think that's a pretty hot take for somebody that has a reputable job in the industry to go out and
That's
attack
a very.
rider.
That's a very hot. Like
Especially
that's
to
something
go-
like we would say.
I mean,
especially to
but
go
to
after AC.
attack a rider like
Yeah.
that, and AC responded.
Are you jealous because he's not 100%?
I told you,
he's a Scott Goggle guy.
Kuzo's a douche. Nobody likes him.
And there goes the sponsorship
Never met
even
him.
more.
But
I don't care, but
I-
AC of all people, that's like not really
yeah,
the
and
guy to
AC
go after.
had a very respectful reply to it.
Look, man, it's AC, it's it's Jesus Deegan, and it's Jet and Hunter Lawrence. Don't go after them.
yeah. Don't go after Joe Shimoda.
Yeah, who knows?
I love Joe Shimoda.
All right.
I like Joe Shimoda too.
Justin Hill, 4th. That's a really good ride for him.
Hey,
When are you gonna eat crow?
Dude, okay, there's 3 fucking factory guys left.
I don't give a
no.
shit.
And they all beat him.
no,
Okay,
Guess what? There were more factory guys in the field last week.
And he was
They
getting
got
top 10s.
five.
It's
got-
just like,
and he was getting top 10s.
look, he's having a great year, okay?
Okay,
shows
you
what
said
just talent
You
can
said
do.
the only thing he was beating was a tough block. Can you retract that statement?
You also may have said meth.
Okay.
What?
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 All right, Shane McElrath, whole shots.
Hang on a second, though.
Oh, boy, here we
Shock didn't blow.
We're on this World Supercross talk. Does Justin and Josh slide into that somehow?
go.
I don't know who they were. I don't know who
Because
they ride for, though.
those boys aren't going to ride outdoors.
No.
But,
It'd be smart for them to do it because they'd be good.
No,
yeah,
they are-
I think
they are Supercross only guys.
I don't know who-
Justin, if he can keep this momentum going and keep working like he has and be happy like that, I think he'll take a step back up next year.
Look, it shows how talented he is, man.
Yeah.
It shows that at one time there was a reason why he won a 250 title. He was getting top 5s in Supercross. The frickin' race when he made the debut with JGR when he was leading in Florida.
Tampa
Like,
Hill.
Tampa Hill.
Justin Hill is a damn good rider. It just look,
He's a
man,
good fucking
He's a
rider.
good fucking rider, and so is his brother.
Yeah.
I mean, his brother was a points leader in the 450 class at
Beat
one
James
time.
Stewart at one time.
There's nothing to shake a Barsha at.
Okay.
All right, so Shane whole shots and
That was
finishes
weird.
5th.
That was weird, right?
Yeah, I was like,
Interesting.
man, I feel like I'm watching the Chase Shane championship battle.
For
in
honest,
Salt
for a
Lake.
second, I thought I had to look at my clock, and I was like, "It's 2020."
Yeah.
Yeah, but he looked solid up front and
He
comfortable.
did. He did.
He did.
Couple new settings on the bike from what I
Shock didn't blow
understand.
out.
Shock didn't
it's
blow
probably-
out.
Well, he probably finally got the Kenny parts.
Probably.
He was running the
So
stuff. Yeah,
that was a good ride for him, man. And again, you got to be healthy to race. So
So I missed the Nashville show, but I watched that whole situation with the Shock. He came
Yeah.
over the finish line, smoke everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, the bike's getting ready to go. And in my head, I'm thinking Hartranft. I'm thinking all these guys that weeded it. He goes off the face of the triple, and it kicks him like this.
Oh, boy.
And then it's, and then he lands, and I'm like, oh my god, pull off. And he pulls off, and then he's like pushing up and down on the bike, and that thing is just.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Sweet.
like, oh my god, thank God the bike didn't blow up.
yeah.
Yeah, because Shane is definitely not a person that needs to.
No, he
none of
doesn't
these
need
guys
that in his
do, but,
life.
like,
Now he's finally getting some momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
going.
He is, man. It's good. And I mean, look,
Yeah.
you know, Shane is never going to be the guy that we all like when he got that Moto Concepts ride because of all of his injuries. But still, like when Shane is healthy, I mean, dude, he was same thing, inching towards the top 10, and then everybody decided to die, and then it was just an easy top 10 for him. But I mean, I think when Shane is 100%, I think he can be in that argument for consistent top 10s. It's taken him, what, a year and a half to get to this point?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he has looked good for the last few rounds.
He made some comments in an interview I was listening to today about how he's finally had some time to test a bike and set up a bike and all that kind of stuff like that and hasn't been injured and all that crap. So he's pumped to have the bike in.
Is he going outdoors?
I don't.
He's a guy.
No, he's going. No, I think he's going to race the 250 class at World again.
That's
Or
weird.
Rick Ware?
I don't know. But I don't
think
think
he'll have
I don't
red
think
numbers?
I don't think he's going outdoors.
You think he'll have a semi to be out of, or it's just going to be a concept hauler with
I
him
don't
and
know,
Joey?
dude.
Not sure.
How about Rick Ware's kids in some hot water in the NASCAR world? Do you see that?
No, but that doesn't shock me. Rick Ware's a
he's-
loose cannon.
He's getting canned for sexual abuse or something.
Oh boy.
NASCAR.
Dino,
Grab
sixth
me a
place.
bush light and smack the old lady around when I get home.
Oh man, Dino, sixth place.
Diener the wiener.
That's a
Diener
good.
the wiener.
good
Still
ride.
probably not going to be happy, though.
No, probably not.
No, he had a really, you know how he deals with anxiety and has really
Yeah,
bad
he
panic
said
attack?
that.
He mentioned he had a really gnarly one the night before the race, and he was just miserable all day.
Yeah. So that's
Which,
interesting.
Man, that sucks. Poor
Yeah.
guy.
Josh Hill, seventh. That's good. Chiz.
That's it. That's all.
No,
he
man,
did.
I like it.
What do you want me to say?
I just love that you're eating so much.
It's because he hates the Hill brothers. I don't know why.
I'm eating crow with that $20 in my pocket, so it's fine.
I remember I tried to rebet him and he
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, duh, I'm not an idiot.
That's smart on his part.
Bird in the hand's worth two in the bush, you know.
whatever, dude.
So, Chiz eighth. That's all right. Harlan riding, which is crazy
And he got a
after
top
his
10.
shoulder. And
Dude,
yeah,
so his
ninth.
situation's pretty gnarly. He rode at Nashville. That was the first time he ever touched a 23.
Yeah, we
when he
talked
hit the
about
track
that.
And then
there.
died.
And then died.
And blew his shoulder out on the Dragon's back.
Yep.
Claimed him.
Died.
And then he was racing.
Yeah.
So I was like looking at fantasy. I'm like, I ain't touching this dude. He blew
Nope.
his shoulder out and he goes ninth.
Yeah.
Max is out.
Mm-hmm.
52 points.
I gotta thank Tomac, by the way, because I had him for FFL, so he got me my points I needed out of him
And then
before he
bowed
died.
out?
Yeah.
Nice. I was hoping you pick him for All-Star, but you know.
No. Starling 10th, so that's okay there.
He was a little butthurt. He wasn't in the LCQ challenge, and he
A
definitely
lot
voiced his
butthurt.
opinion.
I feel like he's pretty butthurt all the time.
he is pretty butthurt. He voiced,
And I want to point out, every time he gets lapped, he's the worst lapper, and he wanted to claim that Anderson was being a dick to him.
He also
I
had-
side with Anderson.
he also had to make a point.
Well,
on
he's your
the-
coworker, so I would
he has-
assume you would side with
He
him.
also had to make a point during the comment when he was commentating on the Pulp Challenge or the LCQ Challenge that like when Cartwright won, the guy with like an annual income and this and that, and I'm like, really, really, Starling? Like,
we'll talk.
whatever.
We can talk about that after we
I
wrap
don't
this up
know.
here.
Yeah,
squid.
Starling throws some.
Dude, he's just
stuff
pissed.
in that
Everybody
I-
remembers him from Wife Swap or Wife Swap, and he doesn't,
A-Rod is 11th, so that's good for him.
A-Rod's
Dude, he was
alive.
running like fifth for half the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cartwright 12th, Clayson 13th.
Fat 25K he's gonna walk away with,
Yeah.
or 30 or whatever. It is.
Norin 14th,
Oh my God, Freddie Norin.
Michael Hicks 15th.
First ride on 450.
Anybody see that haircut on Devin Simonson for 16th there?
Hell yeah.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Hey, look, dude, you want a chance at winning that money? Which he finished pretty good in that race,
He was
too, didn't
pretty
he?
creative.
Yeah. So,
Hey, cut my hair. I heard you calling about my hair.
I mean, pretty much everybody in that thing made money. So.
oh, yeah. Tristan Lane, 17th.
Yeah. Well, hang on, while we were talking about everybody making money, how hilarious was it? The race is over and they forgot about the slow lap challenge, and those two dudes are out there just going super
yeah,
slow.
yeah, yeah.
It's hilarious. They were like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot about this."
That's awesome.
They were going for like they were just on the brakes, just like a mountain bike. You know when you lock the front brake up. Just like slowly inching down the backside every jump.
Well, not only that, but they had to do the air wheelie thing on the sight line.
That was
was
funny,
great too.
Yeah.
Great.
I think Tristan Lane.
Mason Kerr.
Oh, Mason Kerr. That's right. Yeah.
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 He put a skid plate sticker on there and it said "to the moon." So he's doing this, and the sticker on the skid plate
That's
says "to the
awesome.
moon" on it.
Carnow 18th, Lane Shaw 19th, Moran's 20th.
Hey, pump for Lane Shaw though. First ever 450 made, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Dirt Bike Depot's own.
Yeah.
DBD.
Anybody know what happened to Colt Nichols?
Well, I saw him on the side of the
He's
tough
alive.
lot.
He's alive.
Is
Saw him
he?
on the- It's all on the side of tough block.
I was actually worried that was Kev for a second, and I was like, oh boy.
The only thing I can assume is that he probably like lost traction on that on off, and I don't know. Just
Was it the on off?
Well, it was weird because he was sitting
on
on
the double coming back the other way. I think.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. He was sitting in the tough block, so like you couldn't really tell where the bike was pointed. I thought it was the on off, but then it could have been the rhythm section after. I don't know, dude. Bummered for Colt Nichols though.
Can't catch a break.
Cannot catch a break. I mean, good
guy.
thing he's going to get paid to be a test rider.
Yeah, so 21st and Tomac 22nd. 450 race recap.
Recrap?
It was
Recrap.
a recrap, dude.
That's a wild way to like. I know we have one more, but wild way to end the season.
We're not even going to wrap up Salt Lake. We're just going to straight to outdoor preview.
I am
don't know. We'll see.
I'm over Death Cross. I'm so done with it.
So you
I'm
guys,
so sick and tired.
It
of
should be a
Supercross.
15 to 16 round series. Right?
You
I can put a
guys,
14 and we're good. 14.
You guys think Jet rides 450s next week?
Nope.
No.
You don't think so?
They
Nope.
want one W and one E going after each
and
other.
I know that was a thing. And then there was also the rumor that hey, he might not even race at all. And I'm like, well, that's not happening.
So Lars did confirm a rumor that it was getting talked about that they were going to put Jet and Hunter both on 450s to help Chase.
Well, that would have been interesting.
Yes.
No,
Now
I'm-
it was a thought and it was brought up, but they don't have to worry about that.
I want to see him and Hunter go at
Thanks
it.
to the Achilles.
I want to see him and Hunter go at it.
They
Chase-
could go at it on the 450s. That'd be fun.
It wouldn't matter. Chase
It'd give
would
us
still
something
win.
to talk about.
Well, I think we're gonna have something to talk about between those two for
Oh,
this
yeah.
shootout. But it doesn't matter. Chase is gonna still win anyway. He's so dialed in right now.
That's fine. So, well, that's too bad. I was
You know what
really
they should
hoping.
do?
And hold that thought for
Yes.
2 seconds. The thing is
Have
that
Tim guys
like
who make a guest appearance.
let's just hypothetically say, does Honda actually have the balls to pull a move like that
What?
for next week? Like let's say Chase wins last night, Eli gets second. Let's just go there.
Yeah.
So now there's 15 points, right? So they really need several positions between Chase and them. Does Honda have the balls to say, okay, Hunter, Jet, we're going to put you on 450s. Your only job is to make sure Eli does not finish.
I think they have the balls.
I think they do.
Lars would do it.
I think they do, but here's the problem. If you would have put in that situation where Eli would have looked at an actual credible threat with two guys putting in between him and Chase, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, because then Eli would have actually dug deep and he would have gone around both of them like they were standing still.
Sure. Okay.
Like anybody that thinks that Eli or Chase, the Jet and
Listen,
Hunter
hey,
on their first
just
450 Supercross.
The way Hunter rides, and you think
Listen.
that Tomac was just going to blow
Yes,
by
I
him
would.
without Hunter
I
touching
would.
him?
I would.
Mr. Deegan, can you just settle down, because this dude has dual wangs slapping him in both eyes.
I don't look. I'm not saying that they're faster than Eli. That's not what I'm saying.
You're not going to prove a point with
But-
this
No, I
know.
Lawrence home
I
run
know.
But
here.
they
I know.
but they get a start ahead of him. You can't tell me that those two can't ride wide bikes and keep Eli behind them.
So do you like Hunter as much as Chet
Bunchy.
now? Or
No.
what? Oh.
Me and him are best friends. So it's
I mean, maybe-
I'm in a very tricky spot.
Maybe, but
I'm
the thing,
still a Jet
maybe,
guy.
but the thing is that they get better starts than Chase. So the problem you would have come into is, and this is such a hypothetical, dumb comment or topic, but they probably would have got a start over Chase. So at some point, they're
Is
going to
it
have to let Chase
stupider-
by.
Is it stupider than Eli bunching them up in 2017?
No, because
thought
it was
that
with
was kinda
Chad, and
dope.
nobody likes Chad.
because
Chad and Dungy.
because everybody thought that was pretty stupid and not going to actually fucking work until it did.
Yeah, but ultimately
Here's the
it didn't
thing.
matter.
I-
Dungy still won
Anderson
a title.
clean Chad.
Here is
And
the
Dungy still won the title, so it didn't matter.
I'm just saying. Here's the thing. My big thing is like, do any of these teams have the balls? Because we're all into
Yeah.
F1 to an extent.
I think
the
so.
F1 teams don't have any problem doing shit like this. Fuck you. We're gonna do what we got to
No,
do.
I
And
think-
the
And I think that's where
instructors-
Lars's mentality is. I
and
think
if
Lars
that is his mentality,
Look,
It's
yes,
fantastic.
I think he would have, and I think it would have made it exciting. But ultimately, I don't think it would have mattered because I think that if that point Eli would have looked at them as a threat, and then Eli would have kicked it up a notch, and he would have eventually got around them. So I don't think it would have mattered.
maybe. But the only way I think that, and this is all hypothetical we're talking about, and obviously it doesn't fucking matter anymore. But the only way I think that works is if he outstarts them, which he could.
What do you mean? You don't think that?
He would have to outstart Chase, Jet, and Hunter and just run away. If everything went the way we thought it was, which was Chase wins last night,
and just fine.
yes, but then at that point you're asking one of the Lawrence brothers to do something that is
And I don't think they're
More-
afraid to do it.
I don't think so either, to be honest with you.
But I also don't think you would have if that would have been the game. I think Eli would have seen that coming from a mile away. Look, also everybody knows I'm not an Eli fan. I don't think you want to piss him. You wouldn't want to piss him off. Eli's not a dirty rider by any means, but if you go in there and he knows your sole goal is to make his life tough, but not actually race him, he's going to look at you as like, well, then I'm taking you off the track. Because we know that he has no issues. And then what happens if something would have happened to Jet or Hunter in that whole scenario? They would have been going, well, that was fucking stupid.
A little bit, but do they still win the 450 title at that point? Maybe.
I mean, it depends. I don't think that.
I mean, there's a lot of ifs, ands, whats, or buts here. It's a super interesting conversation.
Outside of Vince Freeze, I don't think that game works with any of these dudes.
I
don't think any of them are good enough at it.
I don't.
Eli
Hunter
was pretty pissed off about Mooskin pulling over.
Oh, are you talking about in East Rutherford?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
I mean, that got in his head pretty good.
Well, Marv's also low key a little dirty.
Look, I'm not
He's
sure.
French.
I'm not sure how good Jet is at riding, and taking people out or whatever, or playing games like that. Hunter, I don't think.
Okay,
has
just because he took out Nate Thrasher,
Shimoda, fucking Faulkner. Do you want me to keep going down the fucking
those guys
list? I don't care.
not
He
Eli
doesn't
Tomac.
have any problem playing those games.
This guy over here. It's a lot harder to do it on a 450.
That's okay. You can keep saying that, dude. But I mean,
We'll find out.
We're never gonna know
God,
at
I
this
hope
point
Joe
now.
just
But
fucking.
Which nuts would you tickle more?
I don't know.
Well, Jet's 19 now. He's legal, so he can have this go.
Jet doesn't like to shower, so I'm a little worried
What?
that it's gonna smell and be dirty. Haven't you ever watched some of the stuff? His
No,
mom's like, have you
man.
taken a shower yet? Like,
No.
Yeah,
No.
so-
all right.
all right.
Oh,
That was weird.
That's
took
your-
a turn.
That was weird, and I also think it's weird that you know that. You watch enough
You-
Lawrence content
It
to
was
know that.
on like a fucking Red Bull thing.
I don't remember that.
I
I
don't
watched
watch
them
Red
all.
Bull.
Oh my god.
I don't care about Red Bull.
He doesn't want the cheesy nuts.
That's
Oh,
fucking
my
gross.
God.
Well, he's definitely not getting laid.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Only by Prado's sister.
Oh boy. Okay, moving on here.
Prado's
Let's
still probably makes
Dating, I
money,
think, right?
I don't know.
Got Moto TMZ coming at you.
all right. Let's talk about some other stuff here before we take a break.
You want to talk about some 250 off-season shit for a second before we get into the 250 wrap-up?
What do you want to?
The fact that we were all wrong and Kitchen is going to PC and Volan's going to Star.
Oh, I have notes on all this stuff.
How confirmed is that?
Steve all
pretty-
but confirmed it
Pretty
this week.
hard.
See, we had all thought that with the Kitchen was going, everything I had seen, Kitchen was going to KTM and Volan was going to PC, and
Yes.
now it's like
Flip flop.
flip-flop.
We
Well,
could go into
nobody's going to KTM this year.
silly season talk here.
But yes, Kitchen is going to PC and Volan is going to Star.
Yeah, Team Green, baby.
God, he's gonna actually look really good on that Kawasaki.
You think so?
Oh, dude, Kitchen style.
I don't know.
I am
Hopefully
very
they don't put him on the program though.
fucking stay him off Austin Faulkner's program. I am super surprised though that was the move that both of them made, because I thought both of them that were making the move because they could like pick their gear deal, like as far as everything, because there was like that's why Kitchen's going to KTM because he can wear whatever the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. Well, that like totally flip flopped.
So then who ends up at KTM then?
Just I think it's just going to be Vial and I don't know actually. That's a good point.
There was somebody I
Faulkner?
heard. No. There was somebody I heard, but fuck, I can't remember it
You
now.
know who would be deadly on a star bike, and I think that's the program he needs. I think Faulkner.
I think it'd be
How do you think Volan's gonna do on a star bike?
I think
Really
Because
fucking
that's a
good.
I don't
super
know, dude.
interesting thing to
I
me.
think they should sign Faulkner.
really good, but I also don't 100. And I can't remember. Somebody had this somebody said this, and I don't know who it was when I saw that. And I have to tend to agree with them. I don't really know how good of an idea that is, because even though we know Volan has the potential, he showed a little bit the last couple Supercross rounds when he stayed healthy. We know that he's an outdoor guy. He's got the speed to run up front. His starts are on point outdoors. Star is pretty much one of those programs that you either shit or get off the pot. And Volan is at the point where they're going to go, yeah, man, you've had your learning years. Like, it's either win or get top threes or you're off the team.
Yeah,
And
but
I don't
he
really-
he might flourish a little better because that program's slightly
He's gonna beat
looser.
Deegan, so.
It's slightly looser than the KTM program, and he likes to be loose per se. Like he likes to go ride his mountain bike and hit jumps and
The
stuff
kid's
like
talented.
that.
Oh, KTM.
Yeah.
They might be moving up Juju.
I think they're gonna move
Oh,
up
I think
Bomber
that'd be
next
a good
year
move.
I think they're going to move up Juju.
for like East.
yeah.
I think that'd be a good move.
It's
I mean,
interesting.
we already know he can ride a Supercross track.
Yeah.
And I think he's even better
I've been
outdoors.
very impressed with him.
I think Juju's going to Juju will probably take that spot.
Okay.
But I think it's a bigger question. How do you think Kitchen's going to do on that PC bike? That bike,
He's going to win everything.
That is a perfect frame
I
for
don't know.
how tall he is.
I
He's
don't
going to win
know.
everything.
It'd be awesome.
Team
I'd
green.
love it. I'd love it. I mean,
Kitchen's a good rider, and I guess with Hunter and Jet leaving the class, you got to put him up there as like one of the guys essentially next year because he's one of the few guys that's
him,
won.
Hammaker for Supercross. It's him,
Dude,
Hammaker.
can win.
Thrasher,
there was
Deegan.
somebody going after you in the comments about your
Yeah, I
Hammaker
know.
takes,
I know,
saying
it's
you're
fine.
fucking dumbass.
I don't really care.
Hammaker has more wins than a lot of guys.
Yeah, I know.
so.
He also had won his rookie year.
He's also been hurt a lot. This is like a Faulkner thing. Like he's got a lot of wins, but he's hurt a lot.
He made it through outdoors fine. Anyways,
Doing
he's
better
gonna
than
be
Jet Reynolds,
he's gonna be
but-
one of the he's not be Jet Reynolds. He's gonna be one of the 6. Like there's 6 guys I think next year. I think it's him, Thrasher, Shimoda, Deegan, and then RJ.
I heard something about
Shimoda.
Jet, but I don't remember what it was.
Shimoda's gonna be I think in the title hunt next year.
Oh.
I
Title
thought you were
hunt.
talking about Star.
No.
You named off all Star riders.
No. Shimoda's going to Honda.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in the title hunt. Those are gonna be your guys, I think.
Shimoda go to Issac.
There's a lot of Shimoda haters out there too,
Which is stupid. How can you hate?
because
Joe?
they're like he hasn't fucking done anything, and I'm like,
what?
His
He's got a
outdoor season
Supercross
last-
win. He won.
his outdoor season was good last year, and he did have a couple of wins. They're not. I like Shimoda a lot, but they're not like super far off. Like he hasn't produced a ton, and last year was bad. You cannot tell me
How was
last
last
year's
year bad?
Supercross
season
was
last year
terrible.
trash.
Yeah, then look what he did outdoors.
Yes,
And then
did
he had
back
won
it
the
up.
year before in Supercross. I think whoever says that's fucking high is a moron. That is the stupidest shit. Look,
Oh,
that
boy.
is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Here
How
we
can
go.
you say Joe's career's been
how do
bad?
I do that for a YouTube title? What he just said without getting a strike.
If you don't like Joe, you're high and drunk or whatever.
First of all, yeah, I don't
If
know how
you
you
don't-
can't like him.
If you don't like Japanese people, you're racist. There we go.
I mean,
Just
look, the
nailed
only
it
thing.
down.
Hey, look, the only thing I'd say about Joe is he sucks in the mud.
Yeah. Well, we're idiots for that.
Yeah,
too.
we're idiots.
We have a big
I don't
callback
agree with
to
that.
it.
I don't agree with that. I think Joe's career, the first year, his rookie year, was definitely very up and down. It didn't look like he was ever going to get Supercross figured out. Outdoors, he was just a 10 to 12 guy, sometimes 8th.
Yeah.
But dude, ever since 2021, like Joe has been solid.
Something turned around for
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Well, he finally realized he can beat Jet and Hunter straight up, and he's like, well, that works.
Where's Mosman going?
I think
Home.
he's done.
Home.
I think he goes to motocross action.
Probably.
Probably hang out with his brother. No, I don't know where he goes.
See, I think
Husky?
Moseman's situation too is just
Lateral
like
move?
I don't remember if
this.
that was.
This goes to Mathis's theory. Mm-hmm. He doesn't party in Temecula.
This is true.
He's not a bro. He's different.
Picks
Yeah.
up homeless people.
He's not your typical motocross guy.
No.
He's different, man.
Yeah.
And I respect the guy, but in this world, it's like you got to fit the mold or you're just an outcast.
Actually,
basically.
you know
and
what?
Unfortunately, I think Michael Moseman, personality-wise, is an outcast. in
You know
our
where I bet he
industry.
goes? He either ends up going to Club or he goes to Bar X.
Or he gets an orange helmet and starts testing shit.
Club could be a
I
thing.
don't know if he's ready to give up
But
that soon, man.
who's
but he
leaving?
broke his
But
neck
who's
or
leaving
something.
Club?
So it's going to, well,
Yeah, and it was gnarly from what I
I
understand.
mean, it's going to be, okay, so you got J-Mart, you got Phil, you got Enzo, and then you got, who am I missing?
March
I think
Banks.
J-Mar's-
Marchbanks. Marchbanks will be done. I think Marchbanks is going to
Be a trainer.
after outdoors.
They just made some announcement about him.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
racing
think
outdoors, dude.
no.
But like with whatever his Addison's disease, that kid is never going to be the same.
I think I do think J-Mart's going to a 450 next year.
I think he's going to do what his brother did. We
Yeah.
talked about this, and I
Yeah.
think he's going to retire. No, Moseman, go to Club, man. Look, I agree with everything you just said, Cole. I think that'd be perfect for Moseman because Moseman, his brother was a little bit of hype, but Moseman is one of those kids, and we've talked about it with all these TLD kids, Cantrell, Derek Drake, Mitchell Falk, all these kids on and on. Moseman has had so much pressure on his shoulders since he was on Super Minis. Maybe you go to a team where you don't have that kind of pressure, a little bit of like leeway, back off a little bit. Enzo is now like the new guy, which we'll talk about it. Love the fact how much he's killing it. Take a year to just be like a 5th to 10th place guy, not expect to win titles, and then come out swinging in 2025.
Yeah.
I think Moseman needs something like that, something that Derek Drake, Sean Cantrell, all those kids needed to have. When you got all this there was a lot of people. I remember being around the amateur nationals when Moseman was in schoolboy class, and there was like, this kid's the next big thing. Because he was winning everything. There were legitimate people in the industry that thought this kid was going to go win a bunch of 250 titles. He hasn't won one yet. And I think that he needs that little bit of leeway for a year. Just go be you, dude. Go finish races.
Did you guys hear the rumor that Ryder D is going to Gas?
That would
Yeah.
be fun.
I think that'd be a good move. I mean, it's weird though, right?
It's super weird.
Like, don't you think he should have got I mean, he hasn't even really had a full year yet to prove himself.
So here's a fun fact I heard this week.
Jet Reynolds.
Fun fact.
Fun fact I heard this week.
Was it on Moseman's Instagram?
No, it's that Team Green and what's his nuts there?
Watch
at
your
PC.
tongue.
Yeah, you watch your tongue. Cole, leave.
Fuck, I'm blanking on the name. Who's the guy that owns PC? Why am I blanking?
Mitch
on-
Payton.
Mitch Payton. Yeah.
Oh my
Are you
God.
I literally was brain farting.
Are
Like,
you
I'm like,
kidding
dude, I
me?
know
Mr.
exactly
Roll
who
down
it
a
is.
hill?
Yeah. So I heard those two. I heard that those two do not work well together.
Him and Ryder D?
No. Mitch Payton and Team Green.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I heard they do not work
Cole
well
can't-
together,
Cole
and
can't
that's what
speak on
kind
this
of
at all.
causes some of the issues that are going on
Cole
right
won't say
now.
anything.
I heard that's part of the reason, outside of the fact he can't stay healthy, why the whole Jet Reynolds thing is super weird.
No, that's like not a Team Green, but that's a corporate Kawasaki thing. Like corporate Kawasaki wanted Fortner.
I'm talking about Jet Reynolds.
It's the same thing. It's the
Oh,
same
okay.
situation.
I was talking about
Okay.
Ryder D.
Did you hear about
What the hell is happening?
Did you hear about Jet Reynolds' monster contract he signed when he was an amateur?
Where are
Probably
you
bigger.
hearing this information?
Some podcast this week.
Probably a big one.
Which one was it?
I don't remember.
Mathis.
Maybe it was. Yeah, it might have been his Thursday show. I think Dan, what's his
Truman?
name? Yeah, was talking
some
about
of
it.
those midweek ones have some better info. It sounds like.
Monster signed him when he was whatever here, getting on big bikes. 10-year deal.
Let's
That's
go back
why.
to 65s.
That's I don't remember. No, I think it was.
So he has to be a monster athlete for 10 years.
He's got a while left because I was doing the math. I can't remember what year they said it started, but he still had like 3 or 4 years left, which I'm like, holy crap. This is why like he hasn't really gone pro, but they can't get rid of him.
Because he's still getting a paycheck.
Yeah,
Also
because
kinda-
he's still under contract.
Even though I know his contract wasn't that long, it kind of sounds like the same thing that Jesse Nelson did when he was with Red Bull. Like Jesse Nelson when he was an amateur, like the 150 days, or like remember when Red Bull Jams
yeah.
was still a thing? I don't think it was 10 years. That sounds like a baseball contract. But I remember Jesse Nelson like signed this really long deal with Red Bull.
I couldn't believe that he said that Jet got it. But again, they were talking
Such a
too.
show.
They're like, dude, if you'd have gone back 4 years ago when he was just getting on big bikes and said that Jet Reynolds wasn't going to do shit as a fucking rider, everybody would have laughed you out of the fucking
He
place you were
won
in.
Everything from 65s to 85s. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he got on big bikes and he just couldn't get it.
He's supposed to race outdoors.
Well, I told you about the whole thing that they were talking about, like, because I said this on the last week's show. I had heard during the week that he was faster than Ryder D, and then somebody jumped in and they were like, no, he wasn't faster than Ryder D. He was faster than Robbie Wageman and somebody else. And then Michael Lindsay was like, yeah, and he also crashed and then packed his shit up and left.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great way to start the season.
But what Dan was saying is that he's supposed to ride outdoors.
He's gonna ride outdoors,
He
but
has
he
to.
ain't gonna do
Like,
shit.
He's got to do something.
No, I think Cole's right. I don't think that if they know that he's healthy, they're gonna let him sit anymore. They're gonna be like, you have to ride outdoors.
He's got to do something.
It's the most crazy,
pretty
weird
bizarre.
thing that I've seen outside of this 450 title this year happen in the industry here since we've been doing the show.
You know who this is actually like, even though it's not as close to as much hype, but he was a very successful amateur? Mark Worth. Remember Mark Worth got hurt?
forgot about him.
Remember Mark
Nope.
Worth, though, got hurt? Well, this was a little bit before you.
Welcome, guy.
Yeah, Mark Worth. Very talented kid. Raced Mitchell a lot. Mark Worth came in, a lot of hype. Can't remember. He was part of the that Jimmy Albertson experience with the Suzukis back in the day.
I don't even
Remember the
him.
Motorsport
Yeah,
Online or whatever when Jimmy rode 250s?
With Osby?
Yeah. And
But I
Mark
don't remember
Worth,
Mark Worth ever being a part of that.
yeah,
but
he
go ahead.
he ended up getting hurt in A1 practice and then just never raced again. Granted, it's not the same level. Like Mark Worth definitely didn't have as much hype as Jet Reynolds. Definitely could say he had a better amateur career on a big bike, but he got hurt in practice and then just never raced at all. Like, I don't even know what happened. to him.
It is very interesting to have a guy with that much hype come in, pro circuit contract, get hurt immediately and everything, and then end up racing at Freestone.
And doesn't win.
They're all super like. Think about what we've seen with Jet Reynolds and Ryder D in the last 2 years. here.
Ryder D, though, I can at least say showed something in his outdoor
But
finishes.
it's weird because it's like he comes in, races futures last year, races like 4 of them,
And Chance Hymas
wins
ends up and
outside
goes-
of beating Chance in that last one, and now he's back racing futures this year, and he only raced like a couple of outdoors last year, and like Jet Reynolds comes in, gets like runs like 2 laps of practice, gets hurt, now he's back racing amateur, like. It's the weirdest
It
thing
is
ever
pretty
for
weird.
super hyped amateurs coming up. I mean, let's face it, those two, even I have been hearing about them since we started the show because they were on little bikes winning everything.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
yeah.
I'd be curious to know. I don't know if it's
The behind the scenes stuff is wild
if it's like
to me.
Team Green program where these guys come up with, and Team Green is corporate side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Ryan Holiday's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Corporate Cowie.
and then there's Peyton who's kind of off on the side, and it's almost like, hey, these are our guys. You got to make room for them, kind of thing. And corporate's going to override every time.
And Peyton's like, nope.
PC's
no,
going to be in
I'm
a
not.
weird spot next year, though, that if Jet Reynolds is off the team, Ryder D goes to Gas.
Ryder D gas thing, from what I hear, is done.
And then Joe
He's
going to
gone.
Honda, you pretty much, the only people you have left is Hammaker, Kitchen, and Faulkner.
Yep.
And I know,
Where's
but
Kyle Wolf guy go?
Kyle Wolf's probably going to go to Husky.
Yeah, he's gonna go to
It
Husky
makes too
for
much
sure.
sense because he's also a Red Bull sponsored athlete.
It'll be
so-
RJ on one coast and
No, that's going to be
on the
weird.
other.
That's
Cool,
going to
'cause
actually
it's
be weird.
Rockstar.
He's a Red Bull guy. Oh, I didn't think about that. He might not end up at Husky. He might end up at KTM
That would be interesting
because he's not giving up that
so,
Red Bull.
So then
deal.
you have Vial and
Kyle
That's
Wolf.
a team deal, though.
What?
That Red Bull deal over there is a team deal.
Yeah,
Oh.
but he's in tight with those guys, man.
Yeah, so here's what I actually think. Yeah, if we're gonna go that route, so probably then yes, he ends up at KTM because of the Red Bull Association. So you have Vial and Kyle Wolf at Red Bull KTM.
Wow.
Which is weird.
Which I'm
And
all of a
then
sudden a huge
Husky-
KTM fan.
Husky, you're gonna
I bet
have
you
Hawkins.
are.
You're gonna
I
have
will be. Shut
Hawkins
up.
on one coast, and
And RJ.
then RJ on the other coast, and then Cochran will be probably doing
the
select
pipe.
rounds. Yeah, and in the pipe because I don't
Okay.
think he's going pro next year. He's going pro like outdoors next year, and
Listen,
then
I don't think Hawkins he can't cut the mustard.
then I think both of those
Coonan brothers?
the Coonan brothers are
that's gonna
coming
be-
in
Are they any
25.
Yeah, they're very, very
and
good.
they're going to Husky
Very,
from
very
what I
good.
Are they
remember.
EMXing right now?
No, they're
Ye-
MX2. They're on the factory
What are
teams.
they
They did MX2 last year.
Well, how are they finishing?
Right now,
Yeah.
Lucas has already gotten the top 3. Sasha just started. He was hurt, and then he has been the last 2 rounds. But like Lucas Coonan has already been like battling with Gertz and Benestant and all them. They're like Jet and Hunter 2.0, just not as much hype. In the sense that they're
Fucking Myrtle.
like Sasha.
Myrtle's the man.
Sasha is
motherfucker.
the shorter one, but Sasha is like the fiery one, kind of like Jet, and he's going to be like the
The
I thi-
reason.
what?
The reason they come to America.
Well, I think Lucas is better, but Sasha is gonna I think he's gonna buy more into the American style way of living, whereas like Lucas is more methodical and technical, and he's gonna be like Hunter, where he's just gonna put in. Not say that Jet doesn't work hard, but like Sasha's gonna be like Jet, and Lucas is gonna be like Hunter. But no, Lucas is like he's already beaten Kai a couple times. He's already beaten Benestant. He's been faster than Gertz a couple times. They're 16, man. They crash a lot. They're still. But that's going to be really weird if you have
That's
Vial
pretty
and,
interesting, man.
Vial and Kyle Wolf and then Sasha Coonan. Like, the whole Austrian brand outside of Gas is just going to be a bunch of Europeans. And
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. 250 class. Who's coming in the pipe? Is anybody coming out of amateurs this year
for the Orange Brigade?
for just anything? Period.
Well, you got Juju.
Bomber?
Bomber.
That's it.
Hymus,
Hymus.
Base Flug.
Cochran, like I said, will
I
probably
don't
do
think.
select
I think
rounds
base
next
fluke's
year.
a lower.
I mean, the only one, and I was making this comment about Cowie. They're going to be in a weird spot because they have Janik and Adams coming up, but they're still in the B class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had a long way before those two are ready to go pro. So, like,
they got Lance Gordon underneath them. I think.
what the hell is pro? What the hell are they going to do, though, man?
I don't know.
You got a lot of dudes leaving the team next year. You got forgot about McAdoo. Sorry, whackers. So they got 4.
I don't. Pro Circuit needs to figure out. They need to pony up and get a guy.
Do you think that
That's what they're
Kitchen
doing with
is gonna-
Kitchen.
Do you think Kitchen's that guy? I mean,
You think Kitchen's the guy though?
he could be.
Look, man, the 250 class with the Lawrence brothers leaving, and you can argue whether Hunter's going to leave because we don't know either
He's going.
for
He's
Supercross or not. It's a big void there in that 250. Because then, okay,
You
now.
just don't have the star power. Like you still
Well,
have.
here's the thing: who do you have in there that's won a fucking title?
Vial.
No, I'm talking about Supercross.
Oh, Supercross.
Nobody.
Well, J Mart's gonna go 450, so it's J Coop's done. Schmoda. I mean, you're gonna have nobody. It's gonna be fresh. Outdoors, you have a lot of very
Dude,
accomplished
let
dudes.
Shane McElrath drop down. please.
Let Joey Savacci back on a 250.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
you're right. You're right. You're not gonna.
It's
you're
gonna be
losing a little bit of star power, but it doesn't.
We're
mean
going. We're going into a rebuilding year.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I can agree with that. You still got a lot of talented dudes, man.
Yeah.
You just don't. The only difference is you don't have the star power. You don't have the. You still have the names, but you don't have the fan favorites, this and that.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, you got Schmoda, you got Kitchen. You're gonna have Tom Vial. You're gonna have Thrasher. You're gonna have Hammaker. You're gonna have you're gonna have a lot of really good guys. You're just not gonna have Jet and Hunter as the fan favorites.
Yeah. So.
The Coonan brothers.
All right.
Keenan.
All right. So let's
where do you wanna go?
Let's talk a couple more things. So as long as we've been kind of in the Jeep,
Hey man, where's our ice cream?
I don't know. Apparently not even close because I can hear the kid out there.
What time is it?
7:15.
Check it out.
Oh, you should.
You go tell her.
No, I'm good.
Check it out.
Did you see that?
Okay.
Wow.
Ready?
Did you see that Fevra? I'm muting his mic.
Fevra crashed in the qualifier.
Dude,
yeah,
that
and then
was gnarly.
Renault broke his foot.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Show me the crash.
Look
Fevra,
at that.
and you know what the crazy thing is? Fevra actually went to the hospital, showed up at the track today, and wanted to race.
Is it on the MXGP page or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the It happened in the qualifier.
Qualifier. That was gnarly though. He corkscrewed himself in that ground.
Well, that's pretty much the longest start.
Yeah.
Next to when they go to Ernay as far as speed wise into a first turn.
Yeah, so that was gnarly. I haven't watched the recap yet today.
You don't need to worry. Hurling's did hurling things.
Oh,
is
good.
now going one. Now he's going 1-1.
Oh, he's back to 1-1 already.
Oh, he's back to 1-1. They are so
Prado's
fucked.
screwed.
He's
Prado's screwed.
He's within 6 points of Prado.
Yeah, I saw when I looked at it yesterday. It was like 18. I was like, "Ooh, you better start winning some."
And
of those.
here's the scarier thing, and we talked about this on last week's show. This is a different Hurlings because now Hurlings is waiting for the 15-minute mark and just kind of searching around for lines, and then he's pulling the trigger and he's like, "Nope, I'm just gonna go by you guys."
See ya.
Yep. So Hurling is gonna have that 100-point lead pretty soon.
Oh,
Dude,
it's a crash of him going in the first corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably on the might be on the qualifier.
Yeah, so that was gnarly. Be interested to see.
Garrett's is finally gonna win a 250 title.
Yeah,
because
that would
he's
be
learned
cool.
to tone it down.
All right, so
I was
let's
thinking about that. Garrett should have beat VL twice.
He's like there's 3 different times you could look at it. He should have won titles and he just hasn't.
Well, they were talking. I'm sure you listened to that Paul Malin on Gypsy Tales. Which, by the way, can we talk about Gypsy Tales is sponsoring a fucking.
Oh, Jaron Stapleton?
Yeah, and gets their name read out on the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we got to figure this out. We got to sponsor somebody with our logo on the side of the bike.
Well, he's
legit.
Australian too, so
yeah.
How do you spell the Coonan brother?
Coenen, I think.
Okay, so last thing we'll talk about here before we take a break. The fake whoop testing.
I don't know what that's about, man.
I've seen that.
I don't know anything about this.
Who was doing that?
The Hemp guys. They did it at Moto
I
Sandbox.
don't know anything about this. What is this?
I was on the shit show with
I got.
Johnny Hopper on Friday, and Rylan Munson was on there.
Yeah.
One of Coach's guys.
kids, yeah.
And he actually had the opportunity to go down and try that. He couldn't because it was a rest day for him or whatever, and he was already low, so spending 2.5 hours in a car each way to do it.
What is this fucking
But
roller cross?
I heard.
So they don't look at all these.
I don't.
Look at the comments. It's a rainbow flag.
So I heard that if you were a guy of, say, Kenny or Chiz magnitude, where you could get on top of them and you're only hitting this much of the top of it, fine, no problem. But the rest of it, if you weren't that guy, sucked because they're built very hard, essentially. So once you dip down into it, like there isn't anything moving, and it's not like
What are they made
on a
out of?
normal one.
A lot of the riders are against it. They like them breaking down and figuring out how to.
What are they made out of?
I don't know. Are they
Some kind of foam or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
plastic foam, something.
I think a 450 would still eat them up.
I think so too. After a while, you would have to
You'd
think.
be getting foam blocks stuck in the.
A lot of the comments, and I've heard this made, and I agree with it, is the problem you have with it is like, okay, if you go ahead and do that, say you want to make the whoop section fake out for the races or whatever. Well, now all these test tracks have to have a fake whoop section, so you got to go buy it and have it. You can't just build fucking whoops.
Let's fuck the privateers.
Yeah,
again.
which like the privateers, it's like, what the fuck do you do with them?
Yeah, let's just change dirt bike racing, and now everything's. Oh my god, dude!
I mean, so
get
they're
with the times, dude.
I mean,
Shut the fuck.
Your hair got with the times.
it's a very back and forth argument to me, because it's like, okay, Now these whoops, instead of, you know, dozer and loader and all this crap like that, they're consistent. They're the same everywhere you go. However, it's another apparatus you got to have at a practice track to be able to practice on.
I mean, look, we're
stuff.
going to all electric dirt bikes in 2035, so you know, might as well.
I don't know.
Might as well just make everything made out of metal.
I think
They used to do that back in the day.
Love to have some shrapnel whoops.
to be really honest with you, I think that's a World Supercross idea there to do those as opposed to building
that's why
whoops.
they got a Hemp team.
I think
Whatever,
that
man.
would be interesting. So the company that makes them's out of Canada.
I'm over Death Cross
I
at this
think.
point. Let's just go outdoors.
I don't know.
Sick of Supercross.
It's interesting. It was an interesting
You know
thing.
what? I'm over my allergies.
Look, man,
Fuck.
we did really well till about round 14, and then just everybody started dying.
And everybody died.
That should be like a sign. Let's just do only 14 rounds of Supercross. We can make it through.
I think 14 would be good.
I think 14 for Supercross, 10 for outdoors.
Because if we'd have been done 2 weeks ago with Supercross, okay, cool.
Pretty much outside of
And now we've
AP,
got-
Marv,
yeah.
like you'd have missing a few, but
like a month plus to get ready for outdoors.
or we
like-
just get rid of 450s in Supercross and just go to 350s.
Yeah, well, that's the
I
manufacturer.
wish the Japanese manufacturers would.
Me too.
You ask Ryan Hughes, everybody should be making them.
We'll see.
I agree.
I
I don't
agree
know.
too. We don't need 450s in Supercross. It's dumb.
Mike got one, so I'm gonna ride one this year
So dumb.
because I'll ride it.
It's
at some point.
unnecessary at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost getting to the point that like even a 250F outside of like a ridiculous quad in the middle of a rhythm section,
Yeah.
like everything is.
I mean, yeah, like I
Easy.
was watching the press day video when they were going over table 3-3, and it took a lot of guys a long time to do it on the 450s. I was like, no way a 250S doing it. Jet was doing it.
I mean, dude. I mean, look at Jared Lesher on that YZ 250 from 1972. Just getting good starts in the LCQ, getting good starts in the heat race.
Yeah.
You just put everybody on 2 strokes again. It's fine.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, it's never going to happen. But I tell you this: the racing would be a lot better. I really do.
Keep dreaming, blood.
Yep.
Racing would be better.
All right. Let's take a break here. We've been at this for about an hour and 20 minutes.
2 strokes never die.
Oh my god.
Why do you hate 2 strokes?
We will come back. We've got
God, Cole.
we've got some Holster Co. reload rants. We've got a complete racing solution comment of the week, and we'll wrap up the 250s here and get this wrapped up. So we will be right back. All right, and we're back. We have on the phone with us the one, the only, Mr. Kevin Morans, brought to you by our friends at Isaac Nelson Designs for all your logo design needs. Hey, Kev.
Howdy.
How we doing, man?
Travis, you are so terrible at this sometimes.
I am a
We are
fucking
doing
fantastic
good, you know?
host.
Just recovering from the high altitude racing.
Yeah. Do you suffer from any sort of altitude sickness type stuff when you go to these races or what?
No, not really.
No, that's
Nothing
good.
that I've experienced.
Yeah, he's a fucking tank, dude.
Yeah, Kev's
a
awesome.
tank master is what he is.
Oh my god.
please don't do that.
Please stop.
Please don't.
Hey,
do
that was clever.
Oh man. All right, so
Was it?
Kev, how was what ended up happening last night there? I kind of watched the Instagram story, but I was a little worried. I saw all the medics on the side of the track and your name at the bottom of the board, and I went, uh-oh.
He
And
thought you were Colt Nichols.
then I realized it was Colt, and I was like, oh, I feel so much better. And then I saw you circulating,
rude.
and I was like, okay, sweet. At least he's still circulating. I don't have to call his mom and see what happened. So, yeah. So what ended up happening last night, man?
So I have no idea. I went over the double before the whoops, was on the 4th whoop, and it just shut off on me. And I rolled to the end of the whoops, kept trying to start it, got nothing out of it. So I pushed it over to the mechanics area. Chris and I were looking at it. I had no idea what to do. I was still trying to start it. So I yell at him. Because, like, obviously it's loud. I was like, take the seat off. Because I was like, maybe the ECU got unplugged or something's weird like that. And he's starting to take the seat off, and all of a sudden it fires back up. So I look at him, and I'm like, do I go back out? And he kind of, like, shrugged his shoulders. Like, I could tell he was kind of, like, probably like, no. But I was like, I kind of just said, fuck it. Because I knew I was in a points battle. I knew there's a lot of guys in that main event that I could easily beat. I didn't really realize how long I was out. I didn't realize I was a lap and a half down. But went back out there. And, yeah, instead of getting 1 point, at least I got 3 points.
You got brass balls,
So,
man.
yeah, I had no idea what happened to the bike. And I am very blessed that it did not happen again.
Were you actually like jumping stuff? Because every time I saw you, you were just rolling, which is fine with what happened to the bike. But did you actually jump stuff after that, or?
Did you jump the
No,
quad
if
is
you
basically
saw me
what he's
rolling-
saying.
If
There
you
was no
ever
quad.
saw me rolling, it was because I was getting out of the way of somebody else potentially. But I mean, I was hitting everything. I was hitting the quad every lap.
Hey,
into that.
I'm just asking questions here. I'm
Hey,
not
that's
trying to be
Travis.
rude.
That's all Travis wanted to know. If
Hey,
you
he
were
got
hitting
out of
the
the way for
quads.
Sexton when he got lapped, so it's fine.
He did get out of the way for Sexton, so
Unlike his other friend.
yeah. So anyway, so I heard today in an interview that AC is not a big fan of you because of your starting technique, because you just kind of roll in there.
Dude, I don't know what that's all about either. I'm actually gonna clip that because I heard that interview too. That he's like, yeah, he just like kamikazed into Roxon. And I'm gonna get a video of it. Roxon went down in front of me without me even touching him.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that's coming from. And if he's that worried that I'm always gonna get the whole shot on him, then I'll just always get the whole shot on him. I don't care.
So let's see. Just to clarify, Kev is pissed off Eli Tomac, Chase, and now AC. Kev, you are doing wonderful, buddy.
Hey, we're here to play, baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
somebody's got to play the role.
Somebody.
You know, I was listening to that AC interview, and all I could think the whole time is like, well, if this is all it takes to make those factory guys nervous around these privateer dudes, I think we should just get a pot together and put a $5,000 whole shot bonus up for every privateer guy out there, and just watch the chaos ensue. Because I mean, dude, it's just like ridiculous. Like, I'm a big AC fan, but listening to the way he was talking like that, I'm like, why are we crying? Like, this is ridiculous.
Dude, like even when I pulled up into the gate, right, and I picked that line. 'Cause
Yeah.
last weekend they were kind of like making fun of me because how bad my gate was. Like I had a massive rock in the front of it, and I even like when I pulled up, he looked at me, he's like, "Oh, we got this guy again." And I kind of like tapped on the shoulder. I was like, I looked at him and his mechanic. I was like, "Last week, dude, how gnarly was that? I had a terrible gate and ripped up second." And then AC was like, "Just make sure you go that way, not this way." Like start pointing away from him,
Yeah.
kind of deal. And he like a dick about it. And I'm like, "Dude, are you serious right now? Like, are you really that concerned about me being next to you?"
I
Hey,
do.
if he's that worried, I'll just keep lining up next to him. I don't care.
Yes, please do.
Please do. You'll be on TV.
Yeah, because
I
dude.
mean, who's gotten this? Like, look at going down the straightaway. If you're so worried about me being next to you, it's because I got the jump on you. I've done it the last 2 weekends in a row. So part of it.
It was honestly a bit of a turnoff for me with him, because I'm like, dude, like,
He gets turned on by
I'm like, you don't like. If these factory guys are literally expecting you guys not to try to get a start or whatever, like, that to me is ridiculous.
I mean, they're all pretty
Yeah.
soft. I mean,
Yeah,
they
so-
all get
Get
pissed
better
off
at
about
starts.
stupid shit.
Yeah, and like the thing is like, obviously you can get the start, so these guys do have a lot to worry about. But it's like, of the starts you've gotten this year, you haven't kamikazed into anyone really outside of that whatever round it was there where you like bounced off the tough block and stuff, like got squeezed or whatever, and you still hit. And in all fairness, I still blame Tomac 95% of the way for cutting from the far fucking right to the inside, because he sawed off everybody else's front wheel, including yours, to get there. So
Exactly.
anyway,
Kev's just making waves, man.
Making a name.
Although I think we need to put
Hey.
to bed this whole debate between who's a better starter between Kev and Joan Cross. Pretty sure it's Kev.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well, we don't know because Juan doesn't
No,
make the mains,
no,
so we
no.
don't see what his
Okay,
starts are like in the
well,
mains.
That's true,
Well-
but still, Kev gets starts over him when they're in the heat race together.
Hey,
Sure.
in the elevation, were we first or second gear?
First, for sure.
First. Okay.
So
My bike is not modded enough or does not have enough bottom to pull through second.
probably.
No, it's definitely factual.
I just figured I'd ask.
So obviously you've probably seen what happened to Tomac last night. Any thoughts on that there?
Absolutely insane. I did not know that happened until I was leaving the stadium after packing all my stuff up.
Yeah.
I mean, Honda's going to be stoked. They're going to get all 3 championships. But if I'm honest, I mean, I guess Sexton doesn't care. He's going to win a championship. But boy, it's not a fun way to win it like that because nobody's going to
No.
really.
No.
Yeah, that was we all collectively had the same thing of view of like, we couldn't believe it. Me and Justin were talking before the show, and I sat the whole rest of the main with my jaw just on the floor going, what
Never
the
seen
hell
anything like
just
that.
happened? And Justin's like, I don't know. There was like a collective like, no one's ever seen this. This is the weirdest shit we've ever seen before.
Yeah, dude. 2 of the top 3 are out.
Yeah. Now, have you
2 weeks in
Two
a row.
races.
Have you so question for you, because you run Tech 10s there. Do you have the thing on the front of the boot that's supposed to protect your ankle from bending super far like his did, or is that not a thing?
Say that again?
So there's a thing running around out there that the Tech 10s have like a plastic piece on the front of where your ankle goes. I don't remember the technical name. Okay, so yours have that.
I think mine. I believe the Pro Boots they have rubber, not plastic, so that they can bend more.
Well,
Okay.
Either way, his were
Either way,
off.
Tomac doesn't have that at all. So there's
Really?
there's close up pictures of him going through a corner, and you can clearly see it's not on his boots.
It's just a conspiracy going around.
Yeah,
Kev, that this is
just
the
a
lie,
little
but we know that's
conspiracy
bullshit.
of like that could
snap.
be partially to blame, but I mean it's definitely a talking point for sure.
Yeah, I did see some other photos of. I don't know if he didn't tighten it down enough or whatever, but earlier
just
in
a
the
freak
main
thing.
before that the strap
Yeah.
or the last one that's kind of over the middle of the foot there. Was pretty loose looking.
Should have some ankle
Interesting.
savers.
So I don't know. Just put those ankle saver pegs
Yeah,
on there
bro,
next
they work.
time, bro.
Well, what are they? The Stegs pegs or whatever the hell?
I don't
everybody's
know.
using?
Yeah. Well, anyway, your boy Chase gonna win this title now, man. Like he's won the title.
You say
Yeah,
his
he
boy
already
Chase?
won it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's because he's 43 points behind.
No.
Is Roxon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Did you
so
say
like
his boy?
literally, if Tomac doesn't show up, which he's not gonna show up,
Yeah.
he's got
You
a
say
lock.
Kev's boy?
Yeah. Him
They're-
and Chase are boys. They ride
They're-
together.
I know they ride together, but I know they were boys.
Yeah, they're boys, dude. They're tight, dog.
I think him
I
and
would like
Jack
to think
Chambers are
so,
probably
but
closer.
I don't know if he thinks so.
I don't
Speaking-
know. Kev's pretty tight with Cooper Webb.
Speaking of Jack Chambers, have you been talking to him? See,
No, I have not.
he's doing okay over there in the MX2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he is.
I mean, he
I've
was.
only seen the first result that he had. And it was like a 12th or something like that, which is solid.
I mean, in Portugal, he was running top 5 for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I think it kind of
Really?
got to him. Yeah, he was running good, and then he just kind of faded. But once again, like 2 weeks on the bike will do that to you.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you just are you just doing the whole? Are you just training at the track at the house now for?
I mean, kind of, but what do you mean? Like for outdoors or for Supercross?
Well, no, I was literally talking for like last week and this week for Supercross. But
Oh no, I mean I rode at the house one day,
Oh,
but
okay.
that was it.
Are
And
you-
then this
that
week
looks-
I'm just going straight from Denver to Salt Lake.
oh, okay.
It looked like a lot of track work for one day.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie.
I know,
Hey, guess
no
what? I
feeling.
guess I hear there's this thing where you can go get foam whoops now. It looks like you need to
Oh
get those.
God, let's not start
Dude,
on
what
that.
is that? Is that really a thing? Because there's no way that would be cool at all.
I don't know.
See, I
They
agree
were-
with
That's
Kev.
what I was telling-
I agree.
That's what I was telling. I don't know who I was talking to, Benny or somebody like that. I was like, if they do that, dude, that's like
So
that's half of the advantage point of the guys that are good and feel comfortable with their bike.
yeah,
If they're the same every single time you come around, dude, everybody's gonna be able to hit them faster. Like the point of having a difference is the way they break down and being able to have the skill to navigate them throughout the race. If they're the same every lap you come around, I don't think that's good.
Tell you what, though, and the first time you dip that front end, you're gonna die.
yeah, that's what I've heard. I talked to someone who knew someone that tested on them last week there, and he said that if you're like Kenny and Chiz like could get on top of them really easily, no problem, obviously, because they're good whoop riders. Said that if you could ride the top like 2 inches of them, they were fine. But as soon as you dip down, they were super hard and it was super weird shape type thing. So I don't know. The whoops last night, were they kind of small? Because everybody was making them look like they were just like breaking
Yeah, dude,
bumps.
they
at
were-
the, oh, okay.
Yeah, super easy.
Yeah.
Just come in, click fourth in air, come in with good momentum, and just don't even touch the throttle through them.
Sweet. Sounds cool.
The only thing I
was
wanted.
so bummed, dude, is because I felt so good. Like I had the whoops down, I had the other rhythms down. I had just passed somebody, and then I passed Grant, and I was moving forward, and then all of a sudden the bike shut off, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And now all these dudes are close to me in points, which I would have had a massive gap. So that's just super sick.
Well, Kev, I can't lie. I'm a little disappointed too because I had you on my fantasy team and you
All right,
fucked
Kev.
me on
All right, Kev. Before Kev goes, the only thing I want to ask him.
Your
and I-
fantasy can get bent.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Kev,
Kev.
I'm trying to catch Cole here,
All right,
okay?
so
I needed some points to
I
make
have a
that
serious
comeback.
question.
Smacking your fucking pee
I have a
pee.
please don't say that out loud. I have a serious question for Kev, and I know that he's happy that he didn't have to be in the race because that means he's making mains. But are you a little salty salty considering after you saw who, and no disrespect, I like the guy who won it, but after seeing who won the LCQ challenge?
It was very tough to watch.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like, nobody was even hitting the quad in the race, and I'm like, bro, it just hit that like 7 times in press right before they went out.
So happy that you weren't in there because that means you're making mains, but not happy that you missed out on winning like 30K.
Listen,
Exactly.
we got to sit around in a circle around a fire and plot away next time. Maybe you can offer a haircut. Maybe you can do something like that and get
Dude,
in.
That's all I had to do. You could do whatever the hell you want.
Kev's like, I can grow hair, but I can't grow 30K.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, hey, maybe next year we'll have to get creative. Whatever will make Steve dance in a circle.
I was watching that though, and I was going, I bet Kev's watching this right now. To low-key heated.
Oh yeah. Well, Kev, you were
Yeah,
you were
100%.
trying to do some announcing for it too, and he wasn't having that
Yeah,
either,
then Starling got it instead.
Say that again?
I said you were trying to do some announcing for the race too, and he wasn't having that either, was he?
No, dude. How did you know that?
I heard it somewhere. Somebody said it this week on some show I was listening to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I asked him. I don't know. I don't want to air anything out. But yes, I asked him that. Is there any chance of me racing it? He pretty much told me no. I was like, sweet.
Sweet.
If I can't race it, I would like to be a part of it. Like, I would love to do some announcing, explain to, people that, I've seen the pit board last year when I was in lead, having $20,000 on the pit board, what that does to you mentally. Like, I'd love to give my input and just be a part of it, and he didn't really respond. So, I don't know what I did to make him so salty, but obviously him, me, Chiz, everybody's asking to be in the race, because if you don't ask, you're not going to be in it at all, so you can't blame us for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just tried to be a part of it, and he didn't really try to include me, so I just did some of my own stuff.
I honestly think that
Steve's a
you
douche.
and Chiz should have done exactly what Chiz said, which was he should have had the number 1 plate, you should have had the number 2 plate, hit out in the tunnel when the gate drops, you two just take off and just yard everybody.
Well, I mean,
That would have been funny.
Hilarious.
Would have been awesome.
I don't know if it would have been as funny as they're like, race is over, congrats Cartwright, and they're going for the slow lap time.
Yeah.
dude,
Those two
somebody,
dudes out
I don't
there.
know if they said it on the broadcast or I heard this somewhere else, but when Cartwright dropped the bike though, and he was like having a moment realizing how much he won, somebody was saying that like Steve got super pissed. Like the way he was acting. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? I'm like, he just won like some life.
No,
Steve has a
Steve-
thing with
No,
throwing the
I don't
bike
think
down.
that's true.
Yeah, Steve has a thing with throwing the bike down, but Cartwright didn't even throw it
No,
down.
he didn't put it
so
down. He just like sat it down. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, get
No,
off your
somebody
high
that
rider.
was just somebody trying to stir something up there. There's no way Steve had a problem with that, because I saw him set it down too, and I'm like, well, Steve will be happy because he set it
He
down
set it
instead of
down.
throwing it down. Steve doesn't
You notice both the Lawrence boys
set it
their
down
bikes
too.
down too.
Yeah. So, all right.
Why
Anything?
is there a problem with even throwing it down?
because
He's a butthurt ex-mechanic.
Yeah, because he's a mechanic, and
Look,
I
I
know
just-
how much work it takes. Even
I
though
just
the
used to get
mechanics
pissed when
are
people
like,
would kick
fucking
bikes off
throw it.
the stand. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Especially
Pike-
how much money he won.
No,
Yeah,
Steve.
Pike kicked that thing off the stand at Daytona
Well,
that
Pike's
year.
a fucking.
Yeah, Steve is
gorilla.
he just has a thing because he's a mechanic and knows how much time and effort it takes, and then you're just gonna. He doesn't like them revving after they win the fucking.
Well, I was just gonna get a new
championship
motor
either.
anyway, so who
I
cares?
know he's
Whatever.
His
Okay,
rants
Steve.
about that stuff are stupid. So,
Yeah, it's not like he ever had to do it anyway.
all
Like,
right,
he was
Kev.
building the motors.
Well, thanks for calling in, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for giving us the 411 on why you torpedoed
Yeah.
my fantasy team last
Dude,
night.
get off of it. God.
Hey, thanks for
Hey,
being
at least
spur of the
we're
moment.
Safe.
Huh?
I probably shouldn't have went back out there, but
Yeah, at least
we didn't
Kev's
do it
still
again.
alive.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck you guys.
So screw your fantasy team.
Yeah.
Thank the man above.
Yeah,
Shall we?
Kev. What did you say?
Why do I have to thank the man above? Because you made a rash
Oh,
decision to
boy.
continue to ride. when
This
the
is going
bike was
down a
shutting
road,
off.
Kev. We're gonna have to let you go. This is going down a road I don't want to be a part of. Good luck in Salt Lake, bud.
Yeah, good luck, bud.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Hey,
to you
hey,
later.
thanks for being spur of the moment too, man. We just wanted to call and shoot the shit with
Yeah,
you
I
a
know.
little
We're a
off
bunch of
air,
pain
and
in the
then
asses, so it's
yeah,
fine.
Trav snaked
Call
you
me
in.
anytime.
I asked him to be on the show earlier.
All right, see you, Kev.
And then he
Bye,
didn't
buddy.
respond, all right?
No, hold on.
Oh,
Are you guys giving Travis shit for just calling me?
what?
Oh no, we were giving him shit because he was just like, I don't. What?
He doesn't. He didn't ask.
Well, he was just like, hey, well, we're gonna throw you on the air. He just like,
No, he did ask me, but
Thank you.
that's what I told him is like, dude, I'm moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. If I don't text back, like it's not like I don't mean to. Like just call me. Call me
okay.
He
anytime.
literally-
we
we
give him
ha-
shit for cold calling out of the blue.
he was
and-
booted.
No. Me and Kev, first off, we're buds, all right?
No
so
one ever
y'all
said
can
you're
go
not.
fuck yourselves.
You also pay him money, so part of it.
I would say we're buds. He can call me anytime. If
I didn't
don't
say you
have
guys weren't
time,
buds.
I do
I
call.
will let him know that I don't have time.
He does. He's very good about that. And he did tell
He
me last.
respectfully will tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he also did let
That's
you let
totally
him ride
fine.
a Supercross track, so
Yeah,
That's the
And-
way. That's the way it should be with everybody. Just be straight up. Don't beat around the bush.
yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Nobody
Quit
likes
playing
beating-
footsies with me,
Nobody
Cole.
likes beating around bushes.
Would you fucking stop? All right. Anyway, thanks, Kev.
See you, bud.
Good luck, man. We'll talk to you
Yep.
next week, buddy.
Later, Kev.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, bye. All right.
Hey, you know who's beating around the bush with
No.
his new haircut?
Privateer hero Kevin Moran's there, brought to you by
Kevin
our friend
Simonson is not beating
at
up any bushes.
Isaac Nelson
I'm talking,
Designs.
this guy's beating up Bush with his
Oh
new
my
haircut.
Dude, that's what I asked him. You know, I mean, he's probably getting laid a lot.
Can
now.
we- can
Do you
we-
see
can
that
we-
hair?
Can we talk about 250s,
Can
man?
we do a date?
What are you using in there?
Can we do a
Got
date?
to be.
What got to be?
Yeah.
Can we do a dating contest on the show with you?
I feel like that has nothing to do with riding dirt bikes.
I don't
I
care.
know, I know,
I
we
feel
don't
like
care.
this would be great for us. This is kind of like, you know,
It's kind of like what they did for Dark Side.
yeah,
You're our Dark Side.
Oh God,
you are. Except you didn't have a long greasy pony
Yeah,
to
I
start
didn't have a
with.
mullet.
We love Darkside, by the way. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the,
Well, like we should.
I really don't like the way you guys
Let's
are looking
find
at me right
Justin
now. I
a-
really-
Yeah, we should like turn the lights off in here and
I-
just like
backlight
blindfold
the
him
shit out of
to a
him.
nice young lady across
I
the
really
across the
don't.
way here.
I
Oh,
really-
we could do like the what was the dating game where you had like the one person on one side and then three people on the other side and you ask questions and they answer them
Love is
blindfold. Yeah, something like that.
We should get the Next bus out there. Remember Next?
No.
You don't remember that on MTV?
Oh, that's the one they drove around? They pick people up and
And
ask
then
them
they were
questions,
like,
right?
Then
Yeah.
they'd be talking and be like, "Next!" They'd pull the
Yeah.
bus over
Look,
and
I
kick
just,
them
I
out.
just remember Pauly D and Vinny having a show, and
Yeah, that was an interesting thing too.
You are Pauly D. No,
I watch a lot of Jersey Shore, bro.
this dude fist bumps his ass,
Ass
off.
off.
He knows GTL. He knows.
We're gym tanning and laundry. I did that for a long time.
Just none of that stuff now.
Oh, he did GTLS. Gym
Supercross.
tan laundry stunt.
He's actually not wrong. You did say you used to ride in a. No, did you ever ride in a wife beater?
No.
Oh well, then no.
No.
Yeah, see, Fred
I wasn't
Durst on his street
I
bike
wasn't
over-
Pauly D. 150 mile an hour. Hair doesn't go
You mean it
anywhere.
didn't take you 25 minutes to do your hair back in the day?
No, no, for sure. And I
You
think,
had hair?
I think I was past. Yeah, I did back in the day. And I think I was past the stunt riding thing too, mostly by the time I was GTL, because I remember a lot of Saturday nights being at the bar and making them put Supercross on the TVs.
Oh, don't kid yourself though. That show is still going strong.
Still going strong.
I watch it a lot.
A lot of
Snooki-
Botox.
Snooki cookies. I saw Jay Wow.
JWoww was in a fight last night.
I saw Jay Wow at Walt Disney World.
How do you know she was in a fight last
She was at the fights last night in New
at
Jersey.
fights.
I saw her in person at Disney.
Oh,
Like
Did it smell of plastic?
No, it was super weird. It was like the year
she has a big house.
They have a lot of money.
the year I met Ashley
They do.
was right after I was down there because I was texting her walking around actually where we were at Disney there at the Lion King Suites. I was walking through there and I saw this whole group of people and I was like, that's weird. And then I like look in the middle and it's like
You didn't
Jay,
see her
Jay,
poop?
wow.
and like I knew her because like I was like, holy, and like I even turned around and like walked back by really quick and I was like, fuck, it is. I remember texting Ashley being like, I just saw Jay Wow.
Her boyfriend is a very, very big man.
That's not a surprise, man. She's
like
like some big tits.
She just like only dates tall dudes because like her husband was like 6'7", her boyfriend's 6'5".
Because she's got big tits.
This is Moto team.
Riveting Moto.
Thanks guys for staying through this shit.
Thanks for staying through this one.
Jay, wow.
Jay, wow, and Snickers. Snickers and Angelina.
Little Snooki cookie.
And Justin, I'll steal your heart. So
Okay.
Wow, that was bad.
You guys want to do 250s or you want to do the other random stuff?
Let's go through
knock your
250s.
random shit out.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Holster Co. Reload Rant. You read this. Mm-hmm. Should I name drop?
You should
Sure.
probably mute my mic. I don't know what it is. but
Because
you
I
should
was
mute
I
it.
was told this on the Friday show,
All right, go for it.
but he didn't want to name drop him. So
Go for it.
But he wants it out there.
Go for it.
So let's talk. So Holster Co. Reload Rant here, brought to you by our friends at Holster Co. Make sure to check them out. Down link in the description down
I
below.
have nothing to do with this. I just want to point out I haven't even read it yet.
So my rant is these people that go to ride tracks, something happens and they sue the track owner. Okay? And the reason we're talking about this is because there's a very prevalent lawsuit apparently going on right now. Then this is what I've heard through the grapevine is that I believe it's the LARC,
Yeah, LACR.
LACR,
Los Angeles County
okay.
Raceway.
Yeah, is currently being sued by I'll see if you can guess, by a certain goggle brand owner because his son went there to ride and went off the back of a berm or something like that. And there was a drop off the back of the berm or something. I guess he got hurt. It's a certain goggle guy. His kids may or may not race pro right now. Might rhyme with Schmeck's brand goggles.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So we'll just put it out that way. We won't name drop, but if it's, Schmeeke Schmeck's brand goggles there, so they are currently suing, which blows my mind because you're in the industry, the fucking issues and like that these track owners go through to start with. You know the issues you have with having tracks, period, anymore. And now you're going to do this? Did the guy drive a dozer in front of your kid on the track because he doesn't like you?
The only time I would ever, and unfortunately this has happened before, and if I'm not going to name the name because I don't want to talk about it, but a certain person a couple years ago died they went over a berm and a dozer was right there. You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
He was from Ohio. Very talented.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. That is the only time, in my opinion, that when it comes to suing a track for something, if you're leaving a dozer on the... But
like if there's gross negligence like that, I can see it. But from my understanding, and I don't know everything, so if anybody has any more details about this, please feel free to comment down below and fill me in. But from what I understand, it was not gross negligence like that, and the lawsuit is like fucking ridiculous.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Well, hopefully everything
I don't fucking understand it.
Hopefully due diligence is done and nothing, everything sorts itself out because I don't know, man. We got enough issues as far as riding dirt bikes anywhere anymore.
Is it the kid that's pro level or it's the other?
I think it's the other son.
Because you guys have heard about.
I don't know.
Even though this is totally.
If it's the pro level son. Like you should have been around the block enough to know.
You should be around the block.
LACR.
He's been around the block. Period.
But especially at LACR, that is a track that everybody has ridden. So you should know what happens. Like, hey man, I blow this corner. That's probably not going to be.
Yeah, my thing is that this falls into gross negligence on your own part for a lot of this stuff because I'll go as far as the tracks at people's houses. And we've seen this happen time and time again. Somebody builds a track, everybody's like, "Oh, I want to go ride." Somebody shows up that you don't really know that well. They're fucking idiots. They go out there, they fucking try to jump everything the first lap before they even roll the track, let alone walk it, and then they get hurt and then they're like, "Oh, I'm going to sue you." What the fuck?
I mean, dude,
I would never go to a track at this point and go first lap and try to jump everything or whatever. I will be lucky if I go less than 2 laps rolling the track to try to figure it out. And then I'm still looking for stuff okay, on this corner, is there a tree really close to it? I'm going to hit this jump, I come up short and I wobble into that tree right there because if I am, I'm going to take it easy because there's no point to get hurt.
I mean, I remember being at a certain track down south, and when we were done with our time there and we left, getting a text that a week later a kid had said certain track, something had happened to him, and he ended up going to the hospital, and he died. And they basically blamed the track for not having an ambulance there. And it's like, dude, it's not a full on we didn't at the time. They hadn't held races there in a while. Mm-hmm. We were a training facility. I'm not going to name the training facility. And they were like, "Yeah, you guys didn't have an ambulance close enough." And they're like, "We're not a race. We don't have ambulances on standby.
Yeah, it's
not
a racetrack.
We have people that have knowledge of what to do. But if something really bad happens to you, that is on you guys.
You're fucked.
We sign waivers. That's the whole point of waivers. Anybody that's ever ridden, even just ridden, you don't have to have raced, just ridden at a local practice track. There's a reason why you sign the waivers. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, we've had once again, I'm not gonna name the track, but there's a certain track in our own state up north or on the east side, that a very wide open, fast paced sand track that has had a lot of really gnarly shit happen over the years, and they've gone through the same thing. And it's like, dude, this is dangerous. You're riding unless it's gross negligence, like you just said, and it's clear as day.
Which is literally
stop suing dirt bike tracks.
Yeah, which is literally oh, we started the race and we drove the dozer out in front of them as the race was starting because we just thought it would be funny. Yeah, it's dumb. And
I mean, I've seen it. I don't know, lesser funded. I don't want to say lesser funded, but some I'll just say lesser funded tracks in certain places in America where the staff there doesn't give two shits. They don't know anything about riding dirt bikes, and a kid's literally going up the face, and some guy waters the fucking face as the kid's going up there.
Yeah.
Wads of shit, and you're like, okay, like right there, that right there's a problem. But as far as anything else like that, like, dude, it's not. I don't know. That just frustrates me. We already have enough issues. We're trying to keep tracks around, and now you guys are trying to make it worse. And what makes it worse is the fact that this person is in the industry.
Yeah, that was my big takeaway from it. It wasn't so much that someone's suing a racetrack. That shit happens all the time, whatever. But someone in the industry doing it, it's like, what are you doing?
You said somebody wanted this out there?
Yeah.
Think of the people that Travis associates with.
Oh, yeah, your source wanted this out there?
Uh-huh.
Why didn't they put it out themselves?
He put it out, but he didn't put the name to it.
Oh, he wanted you to put the name to it, so
Yeah.
you can get the heat and take
I
the
don't
fall.
care. What am I going to do? Not get goggles from him? That's okay. I don't wear those goggles anyway. And the 100% deal is dead,
You're going to
too.
get sued
so.
for slander.
Great. Sweet. Let's do it. What am I slandering? Because you have
You're
a lawsuit?
spitting- yeah, you're spitting facts.
I was going to say, tell me what I slandered when I said I just can't believe that you're suing a racetrack when you're involved in
Like I
this
said,
industry.
Especially LACR of all places. Like, that track has been around for fucking ever. Everybody rides there all the time. Like, dude.
If I was going to get sued for slander, Feld would have done a long time ago. And they probably will at some point. And I guess if they do, I have a very strong backer for if a lawsuit comes through. So,
All right, let's talk about some happier shit.
so that was my
Speaking of slander,
TLR tinfoil
triple
hat.
on a Supercross track.
Triple.
Triple slander.
3-3. Triple.
That's
trip.
I'm gonna try.
3-4.
That's slander.
3-4-4.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm hoping to go back to Kev's in the fall here and actually put in a couple of days.
I
and-
want to try to get there. Yeah.
Well, maybe if, riding. Never mind.
Okay, so let's do our, before we jump into the 250s here and kind of wrap this up, let's do our Complete Racing Solutions comment of the week.
Oh, I already know what comment this is going to be from. I don't know what the comment's going to be.
What's it
It's from the Deegan video.
It's got to be from.
actually,
it's not
no.
from the Deegan video.
Nope.
I'm shocked.
Yep.
Color me shocked.
Nope.
See this? Shocked face.
This actually came through last night. It was perfect.
Which video was it on?
It is
'Cause there was
actually
three of
from
them.
Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought I didn't know you were doing it from the.
Did it say quit posting videos from Indianapolis practice?
Yes. No. So this is how fucking stupid this is, Justin. Listen to this.
Stop it.
Complete Racing Solutions comment of the week comes from Instagram. Username Josh Ballrow.
He's got ball in his name. That's why.
Do you guys just have a random post setting turned on? He's been on that bike all year. This race was months ago. There was 2 championships decided tonight and a ton to talk about, but let's post this.
I agree with him.
Okay.
I don't really. I
So
don't
let's
really
just
care.
let's just write the context around this. So last night I'm watching the race, right? I literally am like sitting there watching Science of fucking Supercross.
Presented by Kawasaki.
Presented by
Presented by
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki. Can't wait
There's
till that's
nothing
over with.
going on. Between all 4 heat races, I have 2 lines of notes, which is essentially, I don't even remember at this point because I don't even think I used any of it, right? But I have 2 lines of notes because nothing's fucking happening. And now I have 45 minutes of commercials to watch till the LCQs come on. So naturally, what do? I jump on Instagram and I'm like, oh, I haven't done an Instagram post all day. I just have a list or whatever, 1,000 videos from the Supercrosses we've gone to. I have all the Indianapolis videos are finally on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can just post. And as soon as I post, I can just delete the video off the phone. So I just go to the next video up in the holster here. And the next video is a video of
somebody rolling through that section.
no, it was
They
Lesher.
just call it Park. Leave him alone.
No, it was is it Lesher that rides the 2-stroke?
Yeah, Jared
yeah.
Lesher.
So it's Lesher riding his 2-stroke in Indianapolis, and I'm like, sweet dude, this is perfect because it's even a 2-stroke video. So I just post it.
What was the caption? I haven't seen it.
2-stroke,
Two-stroke ripping.
in super.
Two-stroke
no, just
for life.
Just 2-stroke in Supercross or something. Something
Two-stroke
basic. It
ripping.
was stupid, right? So I post this as I'm sitting there watching it. Now, after that happens, yes, there was a lot to talk about. However, here's the thing. We do not have a camera guy at the races. So
we could, but it costs money.
yeah, so I could post a picture from 3 years ago of Eli Tomac or a picture from whatever 6 months ago, 2 months ago at Indy or something of Jet or Eli or Chase or any of the above. I could do that. Yes, I could. And oh man, whatever, caption it with whatever happened. However, where we are a news source, we're not like a professional news source. And in case you guys haven't noticed, there's only a limited amount of camera guys allowed on the track, period, anymore at Supercross. And it's mostly like Vital, Racer X, and it's not multiples from Racer X. It's a Racer X photographer. Probably what's his nuts from LeBig, I think, is on the floor. And then probably a few local people.
Deegan.
Yeah, and Deegan, that kind of stuff. So we don't have an on-floor guy to take a picture or a video of anything that's going on. So I could post old videos,
nor the money to pay for
nor
access
the money to pay for
Google
access
Drive.
to do it. Yep. So we don't have any access to that. And at the point I posted this video, there was literally nothing happening. I'm sitting there watching a commercial. So fuck off with yourself and your things. And I told you that in the comment back anyway. So
I definitely thought it was going to be from the Deegan video.
No.
Because those are some good ones in there.
No, because this one pissed me off because it's just like, dude, like, we're not, like, there is nothing about our Instagram that is posting up-to-date shit. I didn't post a congratulations Hunter post last week when he won the title. I didn't post a Jet one today or yesterday when he won. I'm not going to post a Chase one
you
next
didn't take
week.
a picture of you with a foot-long hot dog and say,
Hey,
congratulations,
I could have
Jet.
posted the video of me walking and talking to Hunter and been
Hey.
like, my best friend just won a title. This is fucking awesome.
You know what would get likes?
But I didn't. What?
Putting Hayden Deegan videos up.
Well, that would
All
too.
Hayden Deegan videos.
That would too. But anyway,
Him just-
so that is a rant / whatever. Like, I just have
I got the new $1 million idea.
a laundry list of
Just do Hayden Deegan
of
videos all the
shorts.
time?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Just Hayden
you know how
Deegan videos
Beast,
all the time.
Mr. Beast does reaction videos?
oh yeah,
We should just react to every single video that Deegan releases.
Oh my God. Great.
Delete that off the fucking show.
that is $1 million idea.
That is $1 million.
Delete that off the show.
That is,
Because somebody's going to steal the idea.
first off,
That is a great
I'm surprised
idea.
no one has done it yet.
But delete that, please. Take that off the audio.
Take this off the audio now. Hey Siri, take this off the audio.
Hey, Siri, take this off.
Hey, serious.
Serious.
Wake up in there.
I mean, we're gonna get to a point where that's probably gonna be a thing.
We could do that. Probably
we
make a
could.
bunch of money. To be honest with you,
We could, and also get more hate from
it down.
anything.
All right.
right,
We
250.
need Deegan reaction vids.
Does that mean we also have to react to his sister's videos? Because I don't want to do that.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun
we
too.
can definitely
We
react.
can do
All
that
right,
too.
well, that's just you guys.
All right.
cringe.
Yeah. So
She
that's
is
our
cringe.
that's our complete racing solutions comment of the week.
Her-
Okay.
You know what? The only cool one of that whole family is Huxon.
I heard he's an asshole.
Well, he's like 4, so
I know, but I've heard he's turd.
Do it for
cool.
Dale.
Look at his.
Asshole was the wrong word to
Yeah,
say
I
about
mean,
a
he's
kid.
the only one that doesn't do anything cool. He just came out of the right set of balls.
He's-
Yeah, I mean,
he's
look,
fishing
dude,
and he
look
rides
at
dirt
look what
bikes.
look what his
Mookie
role models
2.0.
are. Look at his role models.
It's like,
Wait.
it's like a white Mookie.
Wait, Brian's just going to be like... Brian's going to be like... Oh, yeah, there's a market in
Oh
fishing.
boy, here we go. Here we go.
There's a market.
Their
you
poor,
go.
their poor mom.
He's gonna be a professional fisherman, and he's gonna have a channel.
What's their
Probably.
mom's name again? What's their mom's name? again?
Marisa.
I mean, you know, we plastered her.
Wow. All right, let's move on to our 250 race recap, brought to you by our friends at Adept Creative Co. Make sure to check them out for all your graphics needs. AdeptCreativeCo.com.
Where were you going with that?
All right, we're not going anywhere with that. We're just gonna look. We're just trying to keep this a little bit more of a classier establishment now, so we just gotta move on from that. So RJ Hampshire wins the race,
Never gonna talk to them ever.
dude.
Let's just.
This guy's got a new haircut, and he thinks he can talk about his wife.
We are
I
literally.
was not gonna say anything negative, man.
What were you gonna say? All I
I
heard was
can now
plastered.
because stop, RJ.
I heard plastered.
We are literally the black sheep of the moto community.
I have a stomachache
and
now.
It's fine. I don't care. Whatever.
All right, so RJ Hampshire.
I respect the hell out of that man.
RJ
So do I.
Hampshire.
I like Brian a lot.
Me
And
too.
his laugh.
I love his laugh.
Have you guys heard the Weege? Have you guys heard the Weege laugh drop
the
they have on
Scooby-Doo
Pulp?
one. It makes me laugh every time.
Me too. Like literally, I know exactly who it is
It's like
and everything.
It's like
Something like that's hilarious.
Scooby-Doo laugh.
Good
Fantastic.
Lord, we are a bunch
All
of
right.
assholes.
I love Weege, but that laugh is fucking great.
I do
Everybody
like it.
cracks up on
And
the
that
show
they,
about
that
it,
they
too.
cut it like that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
All right.
Somebody in the middle of the outdoor broadcaster just dropped that right as he's
Drop
talking.
it right in. Okay, let's get in 250s here. So RJ Hampshire wins.
Gets a second one or third of his career now.
Hits neutral off the big double
Didn't-
and jumps off the track.
Yeah, that
Typical-
looked way worse than what it was.
Typical
It looked
RJ
way
fashion.
worse.
Yeah, he was RJ doing RJ things.
No, what would happen if they'd been RJ things is when he was trying to get back on the track, he just lost the
looped
back
it,
end.
yeah.
Lost it.
That would have been an RJ Hampshire thing.
But man, dude, he was ripping last night.
He was.
He fucked me on FFL though.
Really happy that he got another one before the end of the year.
Me too.
Yep.
But that was
Yeah, Kitchen renegade. So.
yeah. Did he? Who was that?
RJ, look,
Kitchen.
I'm happy for RJ, and you know what? You can't say anything. You can't take anything away from him. This is his best Supercross season he's ever had. He finished races. Did he have a couple moments? Yes. Still think the best moment of the year, and we talked about this, trying to torpedo. God, I wish you would have been part of that recap, dude, because East Rutherford.
Oh, were
that
you
was
guys, were you guys talking about how white his teeth were?
That was funny. I
No,
noticed that last night.
I was just talking about how the fact
Replays.
that just a fucking white torpedo just came like bonsai.
I remember watching. I was like, "Holy shit!"
I said the same
200
thing, dude.
yards.
and I was like,
slide
"Oh
in the
my
mud.
god, that was RJ. Where
I
did he
was,
come
like,
from?"
I didn't even know that was RJ. I was like, who the fuck is this?
Who's torpedo?
But
Where'd that torpedo come
good,
from?
Good for RJ, man. Really happy for him. I'm glad he's finally been able to make it through a whole entire Supercross season without really wadding himself up.
Does he get third next week?
That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question because depending on what the track breaks down, like you could say Joe might get third.
I was gonna say he's not guaranteed to get third.
No,
in
he's
my
not.
opinion.
He's not. I mean, because you got Joe. Like, he won the race, but Levi, if he can get some things figured out at the beginning of the main, and we'll talk about that in a second. You know, if Smitty learns how to stay on two wheels, like obviously Smitty has RJ speed, so I don't think it's guaranteed that he gets third.
It's pretty interesting that
Are you really gonna keep? That you dropped that like 5 times.
I dropped my sandal over there too.
Oh my god.
No, well,
Get away from me.
well,
Throw me my sandal. Wow.
Oh my god. Oh, this is
we are
this
so
is
So it's pretty
incredibly terrible.
Get out of here.
oh god.
So I was sitting here thinking, like, why is Kitchen valuable? Like, why does PC want him, et cetera, and why is KTM wanting him? And then it just clicked in my head. This is literally his first season.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm
Supercross.
thinking? Do you wear an extra small helmet?
No, medium. Where are you going with this?
I'm just sitting here looking at your hat, and it's buttoned all the way, and I'm out 3 to get mine on, and I only wear a large. So
And I have
I
to
think
go-
your helmet's way too big.
and I have to go to
you should go to a small.
I have to go to the 2.
I got a medium, and that thing's tight. I got a pro circuit bell. It's sick.
Oh my god.
All
Okay,
right,
back
Can we
to
go back to Kitchen? Because
Yeah,
I
back
thought
to
you. I
Kitchen.
honestly thought you had like you were gonna make a joke that like it took you this long to realize how good Kitchen is, but that definitely went down a different road.
no. Kitchen's good.
Yeah, he's really good. All right, anyway, keep going.
I think he's
That's
gonna.
it. Yeah, the light just went off on my head. Like, okay, now I can see why there's value to him.
Oh yeah,
Do you think
because
he's
I'm-
gonna? He hasn't won one.
no, he has not won
right?
a race in Supercross yet. Keep in
Correct.
mind though, he
Yeah,
has won
he-
a race in
He
outdoors.
won a
though.
gangbang.
I know he did.
Won a race in out. No, I just like for any
I just couldn't remember
Yeah.
Supercross because I know he won the what's it called there
the Triple Crown, but he
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
2-3-2 or
Yeah.
3-2-2 or something.
So that's interesting that we're calling him to be a guy next year. And
Well,
he
it's because
hasn't.
you got to look at the fact of
I know.
like, is he going to make the jumping point? Who's there? Who's not? Because like obviously the speed is not his issue.
No.
Well,
Well,
he reminds me a lot of AP when he rides.
the
He
thing-
does. He has a very weird style. It's very unique.
Yeah. The thing is
like
like
I do.
Is he just the fastest of? Is he the fastest of the rest? Because like right now, like his speed is nothing for Hunter and Jet.
No, but Hunter and Jen aren't going to be in there next year.
I know.
So,
I'm just
like-
saying. It's. I don't know, man. It's such a weird situation for the 250.
You got to
class
think
for
about
next
like
year.
once again, like just Cole said, he's only raced X amount of Supercross races,
Mm-hmm.
and just he still has some shit to figure out. You know, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Jet's third, and
Kind of did what he had to do.
so Jet's starting to have a habit though of like really chilling out for these title
Championships?
nights. Yeah, and like having. I don't want to say bad luck, but bad luck of like things happen, you know, with like going down and stuff. Really torpedoed.
He got lucky in that heat race.
Really torpedoed me in that heat race with getting together with Yoder because then Yoder had to go to the
was
LCQ.
nervous.
Well, he got
me
real
too.
lucky though. Fuck your fantasy. He got real lucky though because like if Yoder would have just been a little bit further to the right, I mean, dude, that's going right into his back.
Yeah, I think it's a situation of he's just, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, is that he, dude, it's almost like okay, I just have to finish. Like, don't fuck this up.
And that's fine.
which is fine, except for then shit like what happens.
Yeah, because you start riding at a level that you're not used to,
where
and you
I
start
think-
riding around guys that there's such a huge disparity.
Yeah, where I think if he just went out and was like, you know what,
kill it.
Same thing as
It's Hunter.
always, win the race.
Should have known what. Here's the thing, though. Here's what, and I mean, he obviously knows this. He knows he's not gonna be able to do that in the 450s, though.
Yeah.
So 250s, you've been able to get away with it because there is such a talent gap, you know. But that's the thing is, it's like it's the same thing with the suspension. You go from not guys that go and buy like kit suspension and then having to go a certain speed, and it's the same thing. Like you start riding at a level that you're not used to, and things start slowing down a lot, and then you almost start something that Jet doesn't do. You start overthinking things.
Was there a point though when he? So it was very funny, wasn't it, that Hunter called it like, yeah, he's gonna wait till about that 10-minute mark and then he'll go. And then it was like 10 minutes, and all of a sudden he was like moving because he like wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't really making up time. Then it got to 10 minutes, and all of a sudden he was like, boom, going.
I think when he passed,
I think that's an O'Mara thing because that
could
was
be.
always Ricky's deal.
yeah.
But then when he got to third, because of the way he was moving, when he initially got into third, I was kind of like trying to keep track of like, okay, does he have enough time to catch those guys? Because he was still like 7-8 seconds back. Or
No, he was
more than
10.
that.
He was double digits back.
Okay,
Because I was thinking
yeah,
the same thing.
yeah.
Like he pushed for a lap and made up like a 10th.
Yeah.
And then I think he realized he's like, ooh,
Yeah,
like,
there
I don't
was-
even know if I push it if I can make it without doing something stupid.
I was going to say, there was a couple laps there that I think he was really trying to see if he could make time, and he wasn't making time, and then it settled in. But
He probably look. If he would have had to like actually put in like jet laps, and I think he kind of looked at it and like, dude, maybe I could catch these dudes, but I could also do something really stupid.
it's like Stu says, he's looking 5 steps ahead. Like he didn't give a shit about last night. Essentially, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, we're gonna win this title. It's locked up, whatever. So like, boom,
Yeah.
And he's just he's looking to 450s. He doesn't give a shit about the 250s anymore. So, but 4 titles. He's in rarefied air here as far as little bikes go. So we'll just see how
I
this
always,
translates.
I was looking at that thing last night, and I don't know if Justin was thinking the same thing, but Bill Poto was in there with 3 outdoor and 1 Supercross.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Poto should have a second Supercross.
Yeah.
If Kennard wouldn't have put him in.
Well,
the
he also
tower.
put himself in a really good situation his rookie year and had like 1 or 2 bad rounds because I mean, you could look at some rounds where he could have won. Dude, he could have won 6 straight titles. You know, and Stu, same thing. You look at him. Like Ricky was the only one out of that group where like you probably like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I mean, you think about Stu. A couple of his outdoor seasons in 2003, like he had a flat rear tire. He had a bike
He
problem.
won all 3 though.
What?
He won outdoor.
No, I meant Supercross. I'm sorry, Supercross. No, he didn't win all 3. He won his rookie year and then 04.
Yeah, I'm talking. Are you talking Supercross or outdoor?
no.
Outdoor, he won everything.
Yeah,
But
so-
Supercross, 02 he lost because he kept weeding it, and
Yep.
Preston won. And then,
Yep. So the one thing I will say though, and this is not Jet. This is not Jet himself. This is people within the industry, and they have to talk about this shit. Jet, we always hear the stuff that Jet does at the practice track, whether it's AJ, Dan True, anybody that has seen Jet ride. We talk about what he does and this ungodly stuff, and Chase does the same thing. Stu did it, whatever. And it was very evident, and it's happened a few times, but like in practice, when him and Enzo were like trading fastest lap, and then he goes out and goes like 1.1 seconds faster. And everybody always talks about, they're like, well, now sometimes we don't get to see it because Jet is very calm, and maybe he's only riding like 85, 90% or whatever. And Blair he is guilty of this. He talks about, oh, I saw it in outdoors. The one thing I will say that I wish people would stop doing that, though, is because, and Daniel Blair, of all people, should know this. The problem is you can't go that fast all the time. When you go that fast all the time, you're riding a limit that is we've seen it with Stu, and Stu was not able to do it. You're riding a very fine line. So, yeah, could Jet pull off what he did in that practice? Because I know everybody saw it where he went like, 46.8 or something?
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit.
Wasn't it it was like 43.9.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. 43.9, and everybody else was like
Which I
40.
think was the fastest of the day, if
It
I'm
was
correct.
and it was like 1.1 at some point, and it's like, holy crap, ice cream,
man.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I got a banana split.
we got ice cream,
Nice.
folks. We got ice cream.
Ice cream.
Who's
you
this
scream,
who's
we
here?
all scream
Who's
for
who's?
Ice cream.
That's his.
Yeah.
That's yours, and that's his.
Oh, thank you.
What do we got here?
I don't know.
Because that would, well,
Oh.
at DQ we didn't have the orange drink.
Okay.
I got you that.
Oh,
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell Mom thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Biggest ice cream.
Oh,
Of course
boy.
you do.
Oh, boy.
So I guess I'm just it gets annoying sometimes when people talk about that because it's like, dude, there's a reason why he doesn't do that because
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't sustain that speed.
Is it good?
Lemon.
Is it?
Lemon
Lemon.
sherbet.
Think
So, it's cool. It's cool to see him when he does it, But it's kind of like there's a reason why he doesn't do it, because you can't sustain that speed for an entire race.
Yeah.
Because you're riding a very razor edge, and Jet knows that if he were to do it, he probably wouldn't be as successful as he is, because you crash when you start doing that all the time.
Yeah, there was a thing I saw him do yesterday during, I don't remember if it was the heat or the main. There was a rhythm section.
He was going over table 3-3 like the 450s
Yeah,
were.
and he was I don't know if you guys paid attention.
And then he was scrubbling.
Scrubbling?
He was
scrubbing. He was scrubbing the big ones.
Yeah.
Instead of going, he was going on, off, and then the guys were going 3-3 off the big faces.
Mm-hmm.
And he was scrubbing the shit out of the big faces.
Dude.
But he was also the only 250 guy that I've seen go over table and then jump over the big one.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the rhythm, like over the table 3-3-3?
The Achilles rhythm.
Okay, so yeah.
Jesus,
Well,
that's
but see,
terrible.
Levi picked up on that though, and then Levi did it because Levi watched Jet do it, and then Levi,
Yeah,
because
but
everybody
Levi
was going.
wasn't scrubbing like
No,
Jet
no,
was.
he wasn't. But
When he
like,
was doing that, I was like, this is the kind of shit that AJ talks about in his podcast that he sees at the practice track Hunter and Jet do, that it's like, you can't even imagine, because let's face it, who else there, including 450 guys, are you watching scrub that hard on a face of a rhythm section?
and like I said, it is awesome to see when he does pull that out of the bag, and I
Yeah.
think it, like, he was looking at Enzo, and I don't think he was expecting Enzo to be faster.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm going to pull this out of my back pocket, but you just can't go that fast for an entire race.
No.
It's not sustainable, and that's why it gets annoying sometimes when people are like, well, I don't
We've
know
seen
what.
it with
Yeah.
Chase.
And like I said, we've seen it with Chase. We've seen it plenty of times. But there's a lot of guys that they talk about that all the time, and they should know better to stop, because it's almost like you guys know why he doesn't do that all the time, because if he did, he would crash all the time. So it's like, it's cool to see it every now and then, but what would you rather see him win a bunch of titles and do it once in a while, or try
Yeah.
to do it all the time and then end up like stew and
Yeah.
arrow yourself into the ground?
No, the way he does it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Is it cool to see? Because especially the way he does it, you're like, it's almost like
Dude.
watching what Porcel used to do. You don't think he's going fast, and then you're like, oh, he's just grabbing traction everywhere because of the way
when
he
he
rides.
dropped that like 2.5 seconds
Yeah.
over
Oh, yeah.
everybody,
I was like,
went,
wow.
wow.
Because I was thinking,
fast.
honestly, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's going to be like 44.8. And then they
Yeah.
were like 43.8, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah. Enzo Lopes fourth. Anybody think he was going to get a podium? Because he was ripping in practice.
He did mention he got pretty tired halfway through. So.
Not unless
And he
Jet
was
would have
sick during the
super
week.
laid up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I did think he was going to get a start. I thought there was a probability he'd get a start and like RJ would hit the deck or something like that, and he was basically the next guy. Dude, he was ripping.
The bigger question is do you think, because now it's only 2 points, do you think he can beat Kitchen next week?
I don't know.
Because if he can't beat Kitchen, then Kitchen's going to
Maybe.
get him for third.
Hi-
I'd be happy with either one. Levi's one of my guys. I'd love to see him get third, but if Enzo got third, like, dude, and I also didn't realize this, third straight year he's gotten top 5 in the points.
Yeah.
Why do we not talk about him enough?
Because
I don't know.
we all
Like,
care
He's
about
still young,
more top
too. I
heavy.
didn't
Yeah.
realize he's still 23 years old.
Yeah, but I just don't, like, I didn't realize that stat. And then when I heard that, I'm like, because 2 years with club, and then he rode, what was it? Was he one of the first?
JGR, I dropped it again.
No. But was he on a Honda team for
Love
there for a
dropping the
while?
soap.
Was he on a Honda team for a while? Wasn't he
No,
like
no,
one
he
of the
came
very
over-
first with Phoenix?
I don't know. He brought that Red Bull deal over from Brazil.
Because that was on KTM's. And then he went to JGR. But I swore in like 2020 and 2021 he was riding for Phoenix Honda when they first got into the sport.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was him and Osby.
Look, here's the big question. Where
think
do I
so.
get them gold plastics?
No.
Because I want them on my bike.
Was the plastic gold or was
I
it
don't
the
know.
graphic?
If it's the graphics, then I need some graphics like
All
that.
I know is-
because I thought that
All
was
I
cool.
know is I'm jealous of these blizzards. I should have got one
You
of them.
should have. Fuck. Uber impressed with Enzo. And also, if anybody doesn't know, or if we do have Brazilian fans out there, it's very cool that he is outside of Antonio Balbi. Probably
Yeah.
like, it's crazy. Brazilian fans are very into whatever their person is.
Yeah.
And
No, Brazil's
He
crazy,
brings
dude.
a lot with him.
it's very awesome. It is
Yeah.
very, very cool. I do think he will be a World Supercross guy, and I think that
He's going to Brazil to ride for the summer. I don't think he's riding
that's
Worlds.
dumb, dude. I would definitely go to World Supercross if I was him.
Maybe he is. I don't remember. But he's doing something in Brazil too. All right, let's move on here. Mitchell Oldenburg 5th. That was a really good ride for him.
Team doesn't
Just
show up in
quietly
East
doing
Rutherford.
what
Yeah.
he's doing.
Huh?
He's just quietly being him.
Quietly being Freckle.
Owns a fence company.
Does he?
Yeah.
No shit.
A what?
He owns a fence company. A fencing
Nice.
company.
Reinvesting his money.
He's he is a very interesting person,
Yeah. Super interesting, but
especially considering he had nothing but factory rides, and at one point was like insanely fast on that Star bike.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that where he's at now, but hey, man, if he's happy with what he's doing, and he's just a top 5 dude in the 250 class.
I don't think he was getting a lot of money at those other places.
Probably not. No, because he was struggling at TLD beforehand.
No. Max Volan, whole shots the main. Didn't have that on my bingo card.
Fades back to 6, but
Fades
still
back
going to
six,
Star.
but still going
Max,
to Star.
hey, man, he's just looking at outdoors.
Yep.
He's
You
going to
think he'll be good?
I thought he
so good.
I thought he
outdoors.
rode pretty good there, though, other than he almost died. What was it, that jump before the finish line there? He
Oh, you
almost
mean
went
when
to
he flat landed
Indonesia.
in the transition, too?
What
Yeah.
happened? He got taken out, though. Somebody got into his front wheel and put him down.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I had that on my thing, too. Lopes.
Lopes.
Was it Lopes?
Yeah, Lopes. And it wasn't really dirty. Lopes just cut underneath him, and
But
Volan
Lopes was
just kind of
aggressive.
missed
He's like,
time.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I do think it was funny, though, on that table to single before the finish where he did, soak it up too much and then the
And,
front end
yeah,
dip.
went to
But then the next
Indonesia.
lap, he went way to the right because that was like a weird jump. You get a ton of lift, but not a lot of drive.
The
And
jump
he,
was super cool.
He mistimed it, though. He went way to the right, and I was like, holy shit.
I was trying to decide, does anybody think it was faster than
No.
just doing the scrub?
Because you got too
roll?
much lift and not a lot of drive.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it had to have
There's
been
gotta
though,
be a
because
reason so they
I was
were
going to
all
say
doing
because
it.
there were a lot of people doing it. Because when you started in the heats, Derek Kelly was the only one that
He
first
was.
heat doing it, and then everybody else started doing it as the night went on. So
I think it was fast at the beginning of it, but I think that when everybody, because they were flat landing, I think
Yeah.
there was a pocket starting to develop there.
Maybe.
And then I think at the end, it almost got too sketchy to do.
yeah, Derek Kelly 7th.
Put this man on a pro circuit bike. Put him on a gas bike.
I heard AEO is trying to develop into the next Star or something.
Club, because they were talking about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think they
cool.
could do it.
Dude.
I think they could do it.
Disagree or agree? Most underrated rider right now. In the
Probably
250 paddock.
yeah, probably pretty close to that.
Outdoors, I think.
Well,
he's a
yeah,
little
you-
better too, right?
Yeah, and and I remember you guys were talking about this the last show you were on, where you were with his outdoor results.
Yeah,
And I mean, dude, if you look at it for as big as he is on the bike being underpowered, because he said last year was the first time he had a bike where the motor was over $1,000. He was 10th, 12th, top 15. Dude, I think if I was any team looking for somebody that's not already had a factory ride, he is the most complete guy in my opinion.
maybe you could go to what's it called?
Bar X?
No, Club. Because actually, I don't think Lopes is going to be at Club next year.
Probably not. He's probably going to get a
I
factory.
heard
Somebody should tell
there's a bunch of factory teams sniffing
Well, it
around
wasn't
for him.
Pro Circuit was interested in him for a while too, because I
Yeah,
think he
I
got a
don't know.
test.
He
a
went
couple
and did
years ago.
the tryout, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so
He
too.
went and did the
Yeah.
tryout.
I think he was there for the one that Mitchell and Darian Sinai were at.
Yeah, yeah.
But he obviously wasn't as good at that point where he is now. But I
Mon-
like Derek Kelly. I'll just say that. I like.
yeah,
I
I do
like it.
too. I think
Mumford
he'll.
stay around.
He is,
He's
from
maybe-
what I understand, he's going to ride outdoors, but he's not going to do the first few.
It is
Which is
very
interesting.
evident that he has a lot of sprint speed, but no cardio
Yep.
right now.
Well, that's not a surprise.
I thought he was going to win that heat race.
I did
Yeah, I
too.
did too.
I was like,
was good.
damn.
He
But
looked
when
solid,
tell
yeah.
you what though, when he fades, he
Fades
drops
hard.
anchor.
Yep. Cole Thompson 9th, Robbie Wageman 10th, Dylan Schwartz
I
11th.
wonder what Cole Thompson's going to do in the future.
Yeah, I wonder. It's really weird. I wonder if he's going back to Canada or going somewhere else.
Weird.
It's awkward. Dylan Schwartz though finally almost gets a top 10.
Yeah.
Finally almost produces something in Supercross. Man, it only took a bunch of years.
Derek Drake 12th, Mitchell Harrison 13th, Max
Yeah.
Miller 14th, Hunter Yoder made me sweat all night for that 15th place.
Hey,
He dropped a couple spots late, too.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think his fitness is where it needs to be either.
can we
well,
just,
he raced the day before too.
too.
Well, I also didn't know-
LCQ race,
and they made a
came
comp-
from the back,
and they made a
so-
comment about that he didn't even know if he was going to race this year. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. But that's hey man, that Mad Parts Partzilla. That is a
PRMX.
solid team. Like they
They
are
seem to
building,
be- yeah.
they're
Yeah.
building into something. They got good guys with him, Cade, and Josiah Natsky, and all those. I still think it's cool that every time Hunter Yoder wins an LCQ, he gets pumped about it.
Yeah,
Because you're talking about a kid that won a lot. Because people forget.
yeah,
Cole
he
knows
was,
this.
a
Guy
Geico
Geico.
dude. Yeah,
So he went from winning all the time to not winning.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, every time I win something, I don't care what it is, I'm pumped about it.
yep. Austin Politelli 16th,
Do you have him on your
Duran.
fantasy?
No, I was going to pick him, though. Remember?
Yeah, I was gonna put him instead of Yoder too,
Oh,
and
that's
then
your
I
guys'
didn't,
fantasy show, and
and
didn't
then
listen to
Yoder's
it? Yeah.
fucking laying on the ground in the
What did
heat,
we
and
talk
I'm like,
about? We
shit.
talked about some dumb shit on there.
You guys
too,
did.
I
didn't
don't
we?
know.
What was it?
I don't know. You were talking about deep throating a breadstick.
Yes.
Oh, I was fired up for Fazoli's.
Fazoli's. Yep. Duran Stapleton on the Gypsy Tales Gas 250F there.
Gypsy Jaron.
Gypsy
I think that's
Jaron.
his first main he's made since last year.
I think so too. Dominic Thury got in
picked him.
18th. Cade Nammering got in 19th.
I bet you picked him.
I did not actually. Brandon Murray got in.
Good for him.
I looked at him
Slako.
for fantasy too. To be honest,
backed.
Yep.
I think that's
20th.
pretty cool, though. I want to point that out. I think that's pretty cool that, you can say what you want about Hodges and all that kind of stuff, but Brandon Ray has some nasty style, free ride style.
He does.
Throwing whips.
I mean, dude, how about
like
that big ass whip at the end of the LCQ there?
Yeah, so I think it's pretty cool that somebody like Hodges, who's a style guy himself,
Yeah.
noticed that, reached out, decided to be a sponsor for him,
Yep.
etc. I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
He needs it because I don't think he's getting a lot of help from people.
I don't think so either.
No, so I think that's awesome.
Jerry Robin 21st and Luke Kalatzian 22nd.
Robin laid an egg.
Shocker.
Robin lays a lot of eggs.
Yeah. So, all right, that's been your 250 race recap brought to you by our friends at Adept Creative Co. Anything else you guys want to touch on here before
Who
we
wins East West
Dylan
shootout?
Schwartz finished a race.
Dylan Schwartz finished
Finished
the
a
fuck-
race.
How wild is it
wild.
too?
He got 11th too.
How wild is it that kid has so much outdoor speed and he signed with a team that's only riding Supercross?
Yep.
No, he's got to go out.
No, he's going to Ride World.
I'm sorry. I hope for his sake he's getting paid a lot of money.
Me too.
Because when I saw that made no sense. to me.
Man, yeah, he's like a Lessie right now.
Because like he's getting better in Supercross. Don't get me wrong.
He's
especially-
getting better. He's getting
But
better.
there is a huge disparity in his outdoor speed as opposed to Supercross.
Mm-hmm.
So when he signed that, I'm like, was that really the best idea for you? But when you only make like $100 for getting top 10 outdoors, it's
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
whatever.
All right.
Who wins?
The East West.
I'm going Hunter.
I'm going with Jet.
Of course you are. You're on a schlong.
Joe
Yeah.
Shimoda.
Yeah, sushi. No, seriously.
Normally I would say that, but since they both have their titles wrapped, like they're gonna go for it essentially.
You don't think though that because everybody keeps saying that Hunter has not showed his true speed this year. You don't think that he's got anything for Jet?
Dude, Jet hasn't rode at 100% all fucking year.
Nah.
The only lap he did was that 43.9 this weekend.
I don't know. I think A2 when he was hitting the deck a few times, he was pushing her.
Nope. Not even close.
Oh, people are saying those two haven't pushed it all year. Then
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, "Oh, they've been laying back." Yeah, well, Chase is gonna pee slap him outdoors. So it's
practice is gonna be pretty sweet.
fine. Yeah, practice.
We'll
Don't
see.
mean
Those two are
shit.
gonna be dick measuring.
We'll see.
God, I hope they both just.
But I think
DNF.
Jet handles it easily.
Well,
I
then,
don't know. I hope they
then-
run the 1W and the 1E though. I
then
think
you
that'll be
do.
cool.
And you know what? I hope they get a little bit of karma, and both of them have what usually happens when they run the one W and 1E, and they get like 10th.
We'll
Shimoda
see.
wins.
There's been a track record of people who go in outside of that year pro circuit 1 through 4 when you run the number 1 plate, like just shit happening.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't remember who. There hasn't been a lot of guys that run the number 1 and win the shootout.
Well, Jet better win it because he's gonna not win for a while all summer, so it's fine.
Oh boy, he's just trying to get me riled up, but I want to eat this ice cream
'Cause he
so
knows it's
Who do you
true.
who do you
Yeah.
think here?
I gotta go Hunter.
I just said Shimoda. I think something weird happened. Shimoda
I can
wins.
see that.
All right, fair enough. All right, so this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, episode 236. Thanks to our sponsors again, Complete Racing Solutions, TLR Coatings, Holster Co, Gutter Works, Adept Creative Co, Isaac Nelson Designs, and Edgewood Farms. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. We will be back. We're not really sure what we're doing next week here. So
We aren't. It's Mother's
yeah,
Day.
it's
and
Mother's Day, so we can't record on Sunday like we normally do because I've done that for a
all
couple
of
of
us have
years and I
mothers.
get yelled at because of doing that.
as you should.
And then we need to record an outdoor preview too. And yeah, I outside of like the kind of Jet and Hunter thing, like there isn't really anything that's going to happen in the race pretty much. So it's like, who knows like what there even is to talk about. So we're not really 100% sure. We will have a show wrapping up the race. How long it
Might
is,
be like 10
whether
minutes.
it's a 10-minute monologue from me, who knows. We will have a outdoor 450 preview for sure. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do a 250 preview. I just don't know time wise if we're gonna have time to do that, but we will do a 450 preview. And yeah, so we'll be back next week with a show. I just don't know how much.
It's probably gonna be just Travis.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm probably just gonna do like a 10-minute monologue wrapping up the race, unless something really really crazy happens. And then we'll do a
So
outdoor
everyone
preview
outside
show
of, if he shows up for the outdoor, just look at that face because it's the last time you're gonna see that face for a while.
till the preview show.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah,
outside of
yeah.
if he does the preview show, it's the last time you're gonna see this.
Yeah, because you're traveling for work next week again,
Suck a
aren't you?
wiener beetle bop box.
Can you say that now that
Whatever his name is.
you're all official and you're part of a corporate?
Yeah, he's
Or
fine.
Can you say stuff like that?
Yeah, why not?
What'd I say?
You said suck a wiener.
I kept it a little toned back, but yeah, I probably should watch myself.
We're fine.
I honestly said this to him last
Kawasaki's
week.
like the loosest program out there, so you'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I said that to him last week. I was like, ooh, there's probably going to be a lot of times we're going to say stuff and Cole's just not going to be able to be on the show.
Yeah. So we'll have to watch it because
Well, yeah.
I hate to say it, if it comes to working for them or working for you, I'm gonna work for them.
Well,
Since
you
this
should get
pays
a-
you so
yeah, you
much,
get a
I
paycheck
would
and
totally
we don't,
be
so.
upset about that. So,
Yeah.
all right. So this has been episode 236. Thanks for tuning in. We will see everyone later.
Late.
I could be there. You could be